Oh no. Oh, also I should probably change stats around to be the other character.
Remember to change the name of the stream to Weekly Shadowrun, not Fate.
Yeah, I did that a while ago.
Let me find a place where perhaps tells me what these nodes do. Oh, oh.
Let's just make another initiative macro.
Dang it.
So would the Foundation be a host,
Oh.
just to clarify?
Nice.
Would the Foundation be a host, just to clarify?
No, it's in a host.
God, there's so much about this.
It's really weird finding the physical initiative for an AI.
Do you have any idea where I could find like what a list of what the nodes do? Views.
Yes, data trails. You should probably know that.
I've told you, man. I'm going to be winging a lot of this. Most of this, even.
Just make sure we don't get shot 21 times in the hand.
I question as to how that was accomplished.
He opened a door.
Yeah. Oh, right. Is the stream running?
Yes.
Okay. So, hello, everybody. We're doing a secret run. Don't tell anybody, except tell everybody. So, streams.
Shh, don't tell anyone.
Today, we're going to be doing a foundation run, which is a bunch of gobbledygook. Basically, it's like we're being, we're being deep web hitman. Now, we are going further into a computer than just the Matrix alone. Even if you're not a technomancer or even a rigger or a decker, you can still go. As long as you have
how
someone
you included rigger in that. It's like, yeah, that's the kind of person you would send into the Foundation, right?
Yeah, he can drive. So there are a number of rules that are for the Foundation runs that are unique to the Foundation. First thing you need to know is the map you're seeing right here, assuming you're watching the stream, not just listening. There are 7 nodes, each with different functions and paths leading to and fro. There are always going to be these 7 nodes and always the same paths between them in this particular order, but you will never know what they are. Because, fact number 2, the Foundation manifests itself differently every time someone enters it, depending. Unless you're one of Fuse's characters and decide to live inside of a Foundation. Squints at you. Yes, Foundation will manifest itself as something random whenever anybody enters. It could be a bounce castle factory, or medieval Europe, or the 20s Boston. It could be anything. And because of that, it can be difficult to decipher where you are, where you're going, and where you came from even. Because that brings us to fact number 3. When you enter the Foundation, you don't know which node you're entering into. Do you even enter necessarily at a node? Could it be
I
between
believe
two?
you enter at a random node.
Yes, so you enter at a node. No telling which one.
Or what around you even is the node.
Yeah.
Like, if you remember, the first Foundation run that I ran was a Prohibition era.
Yes.
Where the nodes were various buildings that had ships traveling between them. But in the place that everybody came in, there was also a poker game going on, where people were exchanging cards between their hands.
Yeah, so a question for that, like, say you determine, yes, this building is definitely the node. Are you at that point necessarily looking for other nodes? Could one node be a building, the other one's a lake, another one's a
there is
shack?
Like, there has to be some kind of continuity between them.
Okay.
So the Foundation essentially has to have a theme.
Yes, and theme it will have. And this is my first Foundation run running. So
we won't know until we get there.
Yes.
By the way, could I get a link to your room?
No.
What?
Yeah, let me. Koopa.
Also, I tried the old links; they don't work.
And again, copy.
Wow, rude.
Talking to yourself again?
Yes.
Wah,
I feel
wah.
like the Foundation would be especially weird for an AI.
Why is that? For having a body?
Yeah, it's like everyone else is like, "Oh man, my body feels really weird." It's like,
My
"Oh
body
man,
feels.
a body."
All right. Yeah, I think this is going to be fairly. It should go fairly smoothly.
Oh, also,
Hmm.
while you're in a Foundation, if
Mhm.
any of your knowledge skills apply to whatever is going on there, you can use them in place of active skills.
Yay! Knowledge skills.
So, like, an example that they give in the book is like, if you are a person who studies medieval history and you're in a Foundation where you're fighting a knight, you could fight them with your history knowledge.
Oh, that's interesting.
This sure is a house layout.
Hey, welcome, Pizza Bunny. Welcome, Tronbon. Let me yank you over. Yanked.
I needed some kind of name to not stand
Yanked.
out.
There you go. Is that like a trombone?
No, it's like a Mega Man reference.
Similar to a legendary Mega Man reference.
Similar to a legend. So do these arrows mean anything specific? Like, can information never go against an arrow?
Well, yeah, that's
Okay.
the only. You couldn't solve the puzzle otherwise.
Fair. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, I have no idea who your Johnson's going to be, what they're going to be like, yada yada yada. But everybody, introduce your characters. Or die.
Oh, okay.
At least I have an option then.
I am runner.exe. I perform shadow runs. That is my purpose.
I'm putting some stuff down right now. Y'all can't see it, can you?
Nope.
Nope.
Good.
Was that it?
If runner.exe is the only runner, then yes, that's it.
No, I was just. You done?
It's like,
Yeah.
I think that runner.exe's backstory was that it evolved from an agent that was used by a lazy Shadowrunner.
That's reasonable. That is
Like,
reasonable indeed.
I'll just have my agent do all the work. It's gonna be fine. And now it's a person-ish.
My question is how are we coming in just to tone my reaction.
All right. I completely forgot about something that's very important.
Uh-huh.
Runner.exe is specifically a xenosapient. They have a very special quality in that they cannot communicate with people.
Does that count in this?
I believe so, yes. They think differently from how people do, so they have trouble communicating.
Aw. Maybe they could communicate with Fleet.
They can throw data packets at us like charades. But John the Bloodhound, he's an elf. He's a hacker. Sometimes he has a drone. Not this time, unfortunately. And he's just a little bit freaked out because last thing he remembers is taking a nap on a plane going to Europe.
I will be right back.
Do you want how we manifest, like how he would manifest as his persona instead of what he actually looks like?
Nah. It's basically going to be like, it's going to start out the same way. You're contacted, the runner.exe is contacted. You're pulled into a Skype call, basically, by the Johnson. Like, hey, I heard y'all are good at computers and shit. Well, I want to do this run against this corp. Go into the Foundation. I'm going to be sending y'all in to get this data or something. And then it diverts into, it's like, all right, I'm sending you in now. And he sends you in, and you go in. And then the Foundation part starts.
Oh.
Yeah. That's, so I would believe.
Something to do in between. Something to do while taking a nap. The real question is that going to... fuck it.
Is that going to sna?
No, I was about to say, would that screw up our edge returning rest cycle if you're passed out and still doing something?
Well, the plane rides are magic.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, that's good.
I feel discomforted by how happy Yan sounded right there.
So, I didn't eat before this, because I didn't
Eat
think that
during.
we were going to actually have a game. So I had to
Eat
grab a
during.
Lunchable, and this one has 7 cheeses.
What? Like 7 pockets of cheese, or like 7 mixed cheeses mixed together?
Like 7 cheese slices.
Yeah.
Which is
That
way
was-
better than the one time when there was like
Oh.
5.
I know, that's like...
So one of them just didn't have a cheese.
That's like 16 to 18% better.
But can xenosapiens eat?
No, they don't have bodies.
Then
I'm
why are
afraid you
you?
can't eat that Lunchable.
What?
They can sound like they're eating, though.
That was the most pain sound I've ever heard. It's like, what? No!
No, what did you say?
Are we breaking up on you?
I can't hear you over eating this Lunchable.
Some loud food. It is a Lunchable, after all.
You should put music.
I should. Give me a word.
Ignorance.
Lunchables.
Not that word.
Hamburger.
Hamburger. Pizza, pasta.
Yeah, I just looked up at the random song generator. Album 16 stuff there.
Using Incompetech, yeah.
Yep.
Hamb. Shadowlands 5. Antechamber by. All right, this is our music for today. Oh. All right.
Now playing nothing.
Right. Here we go. This is like some Sophie level music. Very nice ambient. Anyway. Yes. So we have already introduced. Pizza Bun, how are you playing?
I'm Tronbon, and I'm watching.
What? I play the Observer. Always watching, always judging. Okay. So, Runner.exe, where do you reside?
On a comlink.
What are you doing? Ever?
Shadowrunning.
Well, how are you going to get hired on a job if you're shadowrunning already?
I finish one job, and then I get another one.
You're going to have this job nice and queued up then. Alright, and John is sleeping on a plane. But secretly surprised that sleep is actually a call. Fucking whatever. You're in a hot link Johnson. What's it called? Hot sim? Yeah.
Hot sim.
Johnson.
Exactly like sleep.
Huh?
It looks exactly like sleep.
Yeah. You're being contacted by a Johnson EXE runner. You are too.
Oh, it's Johnson.exe. My best friend.
Here's my actual best friend, Fixer.jpg. Just a graph. All right. Yes, you're being contacted. I don't have any story for this. I don't have a character. You're being called by a Johnson. He wants you to go into the foundation of some single A corporation and get some data. What's money? Let's say 20,000.
Insert cash or select pay with card.
Pay with card, I guess. Who uses cash?
Does cash even exist?
Unless you insert CACHE. Yes. So you're being paid, offered 20 grand to go in and retrieve whatever data you can from a facility. Deep Run Foundation. Any questions?
Yeah. Yeah, there are a few.
Like what?
Well, if we're going into a foundation, who's going to be running the simulsim?
All right. I'll be running. I'll be sending you in with. I'm gonna get myself a nice little. What would you call it? These little. What's the device I need?
A cyber deck?
Cyber deck. Yeah.
AKA computer.
Yes. AKA
let's
the computer.
let's get a nice and good one. You want to roll me a D whatever? See what cyber deck he's using.
Oh man, a D whatever.
I don't know how many of these there are.
Here you go.
What? The very first one? Alright, so he's sending you in with an Allegiance Alpha. He's not. Alright.
Oh god. An Allegiance Alpha. You're trying to get us killed?
Better than you might. Better than an Erica MCD-1. He's gonna send you in on an MCT trainee or a little hornet. What's a suitable device rating for this?
I would say
Top-
5.
Top line 5. Now, let me see if I have a. There's a 4. Are all 5s gonna be 15R?
Probably not. I think there's only one 5.
No, I'm seeing a couple 5s here.
Yeah, there would be at least 3.
There's one 5 is 20R.
Yeah, the Shatter
Because there's
Star.
always the like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There's the 1, 3, 3, 4, 1, and then there's a Data Trails 1.
Sure, I'll say you're getting sent in on a level 5. You're getting sent in on is this one more expensive? This for some reason more. I'm gonna pick the cheapest level 5 and say that's the one.
Ares Echo
Nice.
Unlimited is pretty low.
Ares Echo Unlimited, that's like beneath sub 400k. That one's 500k exactly. Another 500k. Another 500. Yep, that seems to be the case. All right, yeah, Ares Echo Unlimited. Fuck off, they're not enough new yen. I don't care. Give me a billion new yen. Wow. Okay. Huh. Apparently, there's a hard limit on how much new yen you can get in one payment.
He finds out as his game crashes.
999. 999. Looks like 9,900,000 yada yada. Yes, you are being sent in on an Ares Echo Unlimited. Whoa. 9645.
That's not bad. Unfortunately, it's also locked in, but oh well.
It's like too good. I almost want to say something else. Quick, before I change my mind.
No, the reason that one's so cheap is that you can't shuffle its stats, so those are 9645. That's it.
It's allowing me to shuffle its stats. Or is
Yeah.
that like as written? It says you can't, but Chummer's
Yeah,
just
you are allowed to in Chummer because Chummer
Okay.
doesn't have that restriction.
got it. Yeah, alright. So yeah, 9645. Data proc is 4. Yikes.
Yep.
So
So here's a question that John would probably ask: Is can you port his deck and programs in with him?
I mean, he can just jump in with his own deck.
Then yes, that is exactly what he's going to do.
Alright.
And Runner.exe would be able to use his own self.
It doesn't matter what he's using. I guess it matters if
It would
was
matter for Runner.exe because if he could run on that deck, he could improve the deck. Maybe. Probably wouldn't go that far. But he could run on that deck and use its stats as a
Sure.
base.
Sure. And then swap some bonuses around.
What is the name of that one program, by the way, that lets you bring multiple people in? Fly on the wall? No.
P for program. Is for software?
Probably be a hacking program.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah,
I want to
neither
say
do I.
it's Hitchhiker.
Obviously, it's subliminal subacoustic software. Duh.
Yeah. If need be, John will very quickly download Hitchhiker off of the darknet.
I just got. I just went to the hacking programs tab and accidentally merged the top 2 options, so I thought it was offering baby armor. It's my favorite hacking program. What are you doing?
I was taking a second to go and buy Hitchhiker really quick off the internet.
Alright, and John, Runner.exe is saying this to you.
John's just going to are they in the same meta
John's like-
system, like the same call? Because if he is, if that's what he saw, coming from runner.exe, he's going to be like, "Oh, you're one of those people."
How did the Johnson hire runner.exe?
Heard about him. Heard he does good work. They heard they do good work.
I mean, and then where was the communication part of that?
And runner.exe's response.
Just the idea that good work speaks for itself.
I mean, like, how does he hire him?
Tell it what needs to be done. Trust
How
it.
does
Yeah, there's a system in place. You just input the criteria for the job, and then it does that.
okay? So you just never refuse.
Oh, if the job's like, I'll offer you 1 million to kill Loftware.
It goes for the most efficient job to payout ratio.
So where does that?
So
would
if it runs out of backlog, it would eventually take the $1 to kill Loftware job.
What if it gets a lot of requests for the same thing at the same time? Does that bump priority?
No. Just takes longer to sort through them.
I can't kill Loftier twice.
Yeah. At this point, John's seriously considering just sending over a linguisoft with basicenglish.exe.
It wouldn't
Would
work.
that help? Didn't think so.
And the Johnson will elaborate. Like talking to your partner probably won't be doing you much good. You'll have to find ways to work together non-verbally. Your Zetastone.g. Your Zetastone.mp3.
Actually, if runner.exe is an evolved AI from an agent, couldn't runner.exe's agent talk to my agent and then have my agent
No.
translate it?
Well, have your agent talk to my agent.
No, runner.exe is the agent. Used to be an
Okay.
agent, now it's an AI.
So it's not that the computer doesn't know English. It's that it like. So when you speak, words originate in your brain and eventually slither their way out your mouth in ways that you know to speak them. This computer has different words in its brain,
It's like
ostensibly.
it's taking in your communication and then converting that into whatever its language is, and then it's just farting out machine code back at you.
Right, I'm just going to order my agent to translate that machine code
Because
into
that's much more efficient.
Is what your machine saying translatable in any way?
I am using an actual translator to put this out.
Yeah. Like, I kind of feel like if you make it translatable, it kind of defeats the purpose.
But yeah.
Yeah. So I want to say that no. I almost want to say that it. Would it be unfair to say
viewers
you
at home that really especially super care can find out what this thing is trying to say.
Well, that's the reason I'm asking. Like, would John's agent be able? Because the agent is a machine; it's a program.
I'd
Take
have
that
to
machine
check the
code and
book.
translate that into intent.
No, it wouldn't, because your machine is not another Xenosapien. Actions. Speak through your actions.
That's what translating to intent is.
Like, if there's a Xenosapien, like, holding a door for you, it probably means that it's, like, waiting for you to go through. Either that or it's waiting to smack you in the face of the door. You have to find out.
Oh,
Hmm.
other AI can communicate with them.
Oh!
So maybe Kirsch could translate. Maybe.
Good luck once you're in the fucking foundation, though.
like I'm sitting there. It's like, do I want to try and
Like, I imagine Kirsch just sitting there. So she's like V2HHDCB. It's like, I haven't heard
Yeah.
that name in a long time.
yeah, you know what? John's just going to go and send a DNI message to Kirsch, and it's like, I'm being splattered at by a Xenosapien AI. Can you translate this into something relatable?
She's like, dude, specious.
And he'll respond with, dude, English.
Yeah, she translates, I guess.
No metahuman has ever effectively communicated with one.
Like, I presume that the best Kirsch could translate would be intent. Like, it's not like sentences, but like, this is what it's trying to imply. And so that would be the question. What is Kirsch telling John it's trying to imply?
Fuse.
Like, there are concepts that translate.
Before you decide to get clever, no, you can't just play musical tones to them or send them mathematical equations. Their thought processes go beyond simple pattern recognition, language, or even rational mathematics. They may even experience time in a non-linear fashion for all we know. Which, might I remind you, is next to nothing.
It's things like this that make me realize this is out of character. Why GMs hate AIs.
So I'm just going to go ahead and
things
say,
like this why you're not technically supposed to be playing as Xenosapiens.
So I'm just going to go ahead and say, John, for all you care and for all you're able to do, you are effectively Shadowrunning with a mime right now. Treat it as such.
I've picked up on that. And then he's going to sit there. It's like, if you want this to happen, $35K or bust.
Normal negotiation.
Fantastic. Would I get any bonus dice for this?
Your reputation, street cred.
Yeah, I could do that.
What you're at. I don't care about the table right now.
What, right now? His reputation / street cred is 6. And then his negotiation is 2 dice, which is why I was asking. So you want me to roll you 8d6?
Eight 1d6.
No, 8d6.
Sure.
Negotiation plus 6.
8 plus, yeah, roll 8. 2.
That is about average. Not a glitch.
Well, right now what you're telling me is that if he doesn't give you the money, you don't do the run. And if you don't do the run, we don't play a game. And you just failed your negotiation roll. So, like, he'll do 25.
That's acceptable. He'll haggle. He doesn't do very well. Kirsch laughs at him because she's watching the whole thing. Like, you are so bad at this. It's
all
like,
right.
shut up, Kirsch, I'm trying.
Well, crying.
Close enough. Actually, here's a question. Since we're going, like, is this corporation Seattle-based?
Yes, or sure.
The reason I ask is that would being able to roll area knowledge Seattle with matrix specialization help? Since we're going to this corporation's matrix. Like, would it be able to tell me anything else about this corporation we're breaking into?
Sorry, I'm thinking something over. Repeat that.
The question I'm asking is, would Seattle area knowledge with the Seattle Matrix bonus be applicable for this? To find out more about this corporation.
Sure.
All right.
You want to learn more about it?
Yep. Thank you, 9int. Thank you, 9log.
So you're trying to learn more about this corporation that I just made up a few seconds ago. Okay.
Well, I mean, the basics he's trying to figure out is, what do they make?
They make guns.
Okay.
They make cyberware, and they are there's been whispers recently about possibly, maybe, potentially having come up with something a little better than anything you may have seen before. Maybe.
I presume this is the information that the Johnson wants.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Huh. Well, I mean, interesting. Also very useful. So, probably should expect difficult to crack. A little bit. But okay, that's doable. That is doable. Since you just made this up, it's like a lot of the questions I would ask aren't really applicable.
Correct.
So John's just like, we're just going to assume that there's an exchange of basic information about these people that is necessary, and then John will be like, fantastic, 25K, great, working with that, excellent. Like, I don't want to seem specious, but I don't really know what to identify Xenosapien as. I don't think standardized gender rules apply. And
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking some things over. Yeah. You are. So if there's no more questions, would you like to enter Zawardo?
one more question. One more. This is kind of important. I presume that you're linking us through some kind of military grade satellite, so that presuming we don't accidentally fly over the Pan-Atlantic dead zone, my brain's not going to get trapped in the Foundation.
Yeah, it is your utmost. He gives his utmost assurance that your brain and brain matter will safely return where they go, assuming you do your job well.
And is there noise?
Let's just say no.
Okay. That's good. It would be concerning otherwise. Thank you for the fact that hosts exist on like this. Actually, you know what? This is something you might find useful in the future. Since hosts exist on the Matrix, if you're trying to access a host, you don't have to worry about a noise rating, which is probably why you can access a Foundation from a plane. At least as far as I can understand it. Since hosts don't have a set location, they're just everywhere and nowhere. Seventh dimensional logic. And unfortunately, it's safe to assume that Kirsch isn't going to be able to come with me to translate. Though I feel there might be some heated conversation there. What is Runner doing during this whole process?
Waiting.
Huh. Well, I mean, John has negotiated to his best, to his utmost. Not very well. But he's done some research. So he's ready to go if you want to go.
Pop, 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 pop. Yes. I've finalized what I'm looking for.
But yes, while they're waiting, John's going to look over at the Xenosapient. You go, so, how's that whole inhuman understanding of nothing and everything at the same time working out for you?
And there's no communication between them.
Great.
Hold on. There we go.
John has no idea what that means. Kirsch just starts laughing.
One more node I'm trying to figure out right now.
So it doesn't even matter if it was a joke. It's just one of those, it's a language I speak that you don't type things.
I get it.
So you will never know.
Yes. 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 Wonderful.
Managed to successfully kidnap the Queen of England.
Yes. All right. Yeah. All right. Y'all ready to go into this big old grand old archive or whatever? Not the archive. That's a node that I've been looking at. Foundation.
Well, yeah, we are going into the archive. That is the ultimate goal.
Oh, one more rule. It's important, rather important, very important. While you're in the Foundation, there are going to be a set of rules that is, it's more up to intuition. You have to blend in. If you don't, everything in the Foundation will try to kill you. And when I say everything, that even goes down to the lakes and beds and trees and skies themselves. Everything is going to be after your ass if you break character. So please, try to blend in.
Some of us know that better than others.
It's Inception, but worse. Fantastic.
All right. So you are hooked up, DNI. Y'all decide to get, or y'all, big old button is pushed, so to speak, and you are sent into the Foundation of the prison. So everybody, what are your stats going to be? Everybody decide your physical stats. Physical stats don't exist. It's your dex stats or whatever.
Just to clarify,
do we have the access to their deck?
You do, should you choose to use it.
And what was it?
Attack is 9. Sleaze
Can
is
you convert
6.
that?
How do you mean?
Into what the stats are? It's on page 110.
Okay, sure. Data trails.
Can I hire runner.exe to entertain at my kid's birthday party?
Pay is high enough.
Depends
Oh.
on what their definition of entertain is.
Kill the clown.
Possibly.
Jesus, that seems a little harsh.
Body is firewall. I'll be yes. There's also more. Don't worry.
Oh man,
alright,
I have firewall body.
so firewall, body 5.
Just give me the physicals.
All right, your body is 5. Your agility is 6. Your reaction is 4. Your attack is 9. Or your
That one
strength.
doesn't get translated.
Attack's just attack.
I can deal with that.
Okay, so here's a couple questions. So firewall equals body. What equals strength and agility and all that?
Strength is attack, which is 9. So strength is attack. And agility
Yeah,
is...
it makes sense. Firewall body, sleaze agility, data processing, reaction, attack strength. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
All right, and are we able to, since I'm running on my own deck, can I shuffle those stats around or no?
Yes.
Or no, I mean
As
like
long
once I
as
enter
you have to
the
do it before you enter.
Okay.
Once you enter, you cannot change your stats around.
Yes. And everything that I'm telling you, everything that you are learning now would have been told to you before you press that big old button
Yeah.
and enter the foundation. So have your preparation ready.
Oh boy, a button.
Beep.
Pressing that button is a part of my mission objective. So I will press that button.
Yep. Doo, 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 doo. I'm sorry it's taking a moment, but I have a bunch of programs I'm actually running. So I'm trying to balance it out. Could I run programs from my deck with me or no? That's just a question. Like if I have my agent running, will my agent come in with me?
Sorry, what's more?
Yeah, like since I'm going into my cyber deck, if I have my agent running, will that come in with me when I jump in?
If you have your agent runner, will it come with you? I don't think so. I think it's your brain that is being translated into the machine.
All right.
Did you pay Essence for your agent?
So in other words, everything into your points. Got it.
Everything what?
Everything into points. Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready for fun? For fun.
Not in the least, actually. But... Okay, so these would be John's stats with everything puzzled out.
Go for it.
And his overclocker running. On firewall. So his body will be 5. His reaction or his strength would be 6. His agility would be 5. No, wait, I didn't account for the program shit. So that would be 7 attack, 6 agility, 6 fleas, and 7 firewall.
All right, write that down. Keep it in mind. Taking your time. Hmm.
Yeah, this is. I've never done this before. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Looks like we got it.
Can't wait to find out where we're going. It's a
So-
talk show.
Doo-doo-doo. So you enter into the Foundation. John, you find, and Runner EXE, both of you find yourself standing in the middle of a town. Thatched roof cottages around you, cobblestone roads, blue skies above, and peasants walking around. You see civilians talking betwixt each other, children playing ball, and a notice board with wants and needs posted up. And people doing people things.
Oh,
Um,
quick note.
Mhm.
There is a grace period for the rules.
Yes. So there is absolutely a period in which you are able to, like, the system hasn't noticed you. You see everything around you, and you have the ability to say, okay, how should I act? This way? No, this way. Okay, I'm gonna act this way. And after a certain period, the system's like, hey, you're acting okay. All right, carry on.
Here is a perception. Ouch.
Um, um, what are
Not
you
a
trying to
glitch.
perceive?
Not
Just in
quite.
general?
Is looking around at what everything's doing. Probably not getting anything more than what you just said.
Yeah, not a whole lot. The cobblestone road seems to lead out of town, and inwards a little bit. But the furthest you're going to be getting any access to travel is going out. Is a small town.
What's everybody carrying?
Just not everybody's carrying anything. This is like some people
Okay.
with baskets. The children have balls, like rubber balls bouncing around.
And do I look the same?
You are dressed however you want to be dressed, champ.
I look the same.
Yeah, it's my belief that you would be like willing yourself to appear in any given fashion. Say that for whatever reason the Foundation is hell. It's like, yeah, you can make yourself look like a demon, whatever.
All right. Could I use my matrix knowledge with host design specialization to infer things about the way this is set up,
I
about the
don't
way
think that
the
works that way.
foundation is built?
I don't think it works that way.
Well, no, I mean like picking up details. What would be generally the rules? Like if it's designed as 1800s village, what I could be expected to see out of Matrix 1800s village.
No, because like the Foundation is like genuinely randomly generated as soon as you get in. So there is no like maybe you could say that if you had a specific knowledge skill for foundations specifically, maybe you would have the ability to recognize certain patterns that you've seen before if you go to them a lot. But just having
Not even.
knowledge. Okay, yeah. So with that, having knowledge about the corporation that is hosting the Foundation, I don't think would be doing you a lot of good.
All right. How about how long does the grace period last with my what I know? So I
We'll
have
say
a
like
rough idea.
6 turns or something.
So about 18 seconds,
Just call it 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find any information on it.
Is there any horse poop on the roads?
Absolutely. Well, there's poop.
Snapped right onto that one. It's like,
It-
oh yeah, you know it.
It's not just on the roads. These people, if computer generated tactics have gone anywhere, it's the oh man, these guys smell, and you know it.
So as a question, this is something that John would know that I do not because of Matrix stuff.
Mhm.
If he say started lagging out the node using jamming, would he be able to tell what exactly would be the largest objects that are sending and receiving data
How
by
would you be jamming it?
you act as a decker, you actually have the electronic warfare skill jamming. You can actually begin to generate noise in the system, which would slow down electronic communications.
Through your being? Does it work that way for you?
Wouldn't that
It's,
be jamming yourself too?
no, it works like a
John
jamming
seems
device.
to be under the impression that he can, through willpower alone inside the Foundation, use jamming skill
Well,
to
it's a
jam this
Matrix
place.
action, and I'm in the
No.
Matrix.
You're not in the Matrix anymore.
Yeah, the Foundation goes by wacky rules.
Well, that's okay. I seem to be under a misconception here then.
Hmm.
So, like when we get to the very basis of the Foundation, I was under the understanding that despite being in what is essentially like a digital plane, it still followed certain digital rules. Everything is made up of ones and zeros on some level. It's just got the appearance and the outer skin of whatever this is.
You still use your... Like, you can use your hacking actions in place of other actions, but this is not the Matrix. It is deeper than that.
Yeah. It's like you still have high skills, just they aren't for what they would usually be.
All right. If you runner.exe, if you want to go ahead and start going through your stuff, because I'm going to need to look up some stuff about this really quick because I have no idea what I'm doing at this juncture.
First thing you might want to be doing is blending in. Because as of right now, I'm going to say you are an avatar. Runner.exe has made an effort to look like the people around them. In fact, Runner.exe, do you have disguise, perchance? The ability to default in it?
What kind of skill is disguise?
I think it's its own. Yeah, it's its own. Oh, you mean like attribute skill?
No.
If it is a mental or physical?
Disguise is a physical active skill.
Yeah, but would it use
So
a physical
yes, I
stat?
do have hacking.
So roll me your disguise equivalent.
So that would be sleaze plus hacking. You said sleaze was 6?
Let me double check.
Question mark.
Gear. Sleaze is 6. Yes, correct. Good
So
job.
that is 11.
5. So, what do you want to look like?
So far I've only seen peasants, correct?
Yes.
Then I am a peasant.
All right. Yeah. Any further details you may tack on at your leisure up till the 30-second mark.
Yeah, so I'm going to match their mannerisms, their posture, and I'm going to have I seen anyone standing still?
Yeah. There's people shaking out rugs. You know, like there's people standing still, talking to each other, not doing much of anything. Just about as many as there are walking around. There are people leaving town.
Okay, so I'm going to start walking.
All right. And John?
Would Matrix Perception help me? Or do I just have to roll regular Perception?
I don't know. I think
It would be
it's
normal perception,
Yeah, regular perception. I
or
feel
you could
bad.
use hacking instead, I think. That's physical,
Uh,
right?
Are you able
Yeah.
to just use hacking in place of
Any
anything?
physical active skill.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to like do any if you want to jump across a building, hack it.
So actually, yeah, I had 2 more dice in perception.
If you want to slam dunk a basketball from twice
Here's
the distance
those other
across
2
the court,
dice. Oh
hack
man.
So it would be hacking plus what stat? My fleas?
Well, it'd be hacking plus intuition.
Yeah, for whatever is relevant.
Okay.
My bad.
Same attribute, but different skill.
Hacking plus intuition. Well, it's not that bad. How much would that be? Yeah. All right. First thing I'm going to do is roll perception. Yeah.
All right.
As normal perception intuition, or as hacking intuition?
Hacking intuition.
Wonderful. 3. Would you like to edge that?
No.
Okay, 3 successes. You notice everybody that is leaving town is clutching a piece of paper in their hand. Those few and far between.
Do I have what could be considered a passable understanding of how they look and are acting?
Yeah, everything that has been described so far is at your fingertips. Kids playing ball, shaking out the rug, people walking around cobblestone paths, everything, and nature, or their posture and stuff. Yeah, I have a good understanding of that. Decent. They are acting like people, how you might expect peasants to act.
All right. Question.
What's up?
If I use a hide action, would that hide me from the system from looking
No,
from?
because you can't
No?
perform matrix actions.
Jesus Christ, what can I fucking do? I'm beginning to wonder why I didn't just hack the host and going through this whole process.
Because there's more information on the archive node that may have been deleted on the actual host.
Well, no, I mean the job was to hack the foundation, but this is me just grumbling to myself.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to be looking for some kind of file.
Yeah.
Alright, then I'll probably have to try and disguise myself, which would be
Yes.
hacking plus, what did you roll? Intuition?
There's hacking plus agility. So
Yeah.
sleaze.
So I'm going to say your time is about up at this point. Not quite. So I'm going to give you one more roll.
Hacking plus agility. 6.
Would you like to edge that?
I didn't even roll yet.
Just gotta roll it first.
Sorry, I saw a new roll. I saw the roll move. The last roll. I'm going to roll. You want to edge it? Huh?
Yeah, this is the hacking plus agility.
5.
Hey.
Nice. Yes, again, to the same degree as runner.exe, you have the ability to make yourself look like whatever. with the approximate size and shape of your own being.
Yeah, I'm just gonna copy paste like one of the non-leaving villagers, like their outfit with my head on it.
Sure.
How far into the distance can be seen?
As far as you like. It's not like curvature of the earth gets in the way or anything.
Neat.
That is a good question. Looking around, um, like how big is the village?
Couple dozen buildings, maybe less.
And it all follows the whole thatched roof,
Yeah.
Middle Ages style peasant village.
Yeah, in fact, if you look closely enough, you could almost swear that some of the buildings are identical to each other. Like down to the same loose piece of straw hanging from the ceiling.
Right. Looking at the people who are wandering around, do I notice any of them with any kind of unique traits or caricatures?
No. Nobody's on fire. Nobody's
No, like
got a
more
huge nose or
specifically.
anything. Everybody looks pretty, mundane.
Well, I mean, what I'm looking for is like, is there anybody just loitering, standing around instead of acting with purpose?
Yeah, there are plenty of people loitering.
Like
And the only
Loiter.exe.
Loiter.exe.
Hey, I'm walking here.
You are. Wonderful.
All right. Does it seem like there's any kind of pattern to how people are going into the houses?
It appears to be on some sort of. How long do you watch? How long do you look for this?
I probably mimicked one of the loiters for about 10 minutes.
Um,
And while that's going on, I'm just wandering around.
are you following the path, leaving the town, Renner.exe?
No, I'm not going to leave the town.
Okay. John, you notice that within that 10 minutes, pretty much everything that everyone's doing around here is on a loop. 7 minutes, like, you start noticing, like, hey, like, that kid, like, ran through that puddle in the same way that he did, like, I don't know. This lady came out and started shaking the same rug she did earlier.
All right. Is there anything interesting on the notice board?
Yes. There are job postings, deliveries to the market that have requests. Yeah.
I'm going to pick a person at random and just follow them.
All right, a person at random. Roll me a 1d6.
Oh boy.
Okay, on a 3. You spot a man who is running, and you follow. How long do you follow him?
I just follow him.
All right. He ends up leading you around the town and back to where you started, and he just keeps going. It takes about 7 minutes.
Okay. Gonna keep following him. Does he stop
Alright.
at any point?
No, not even for like resting.
Alright. I'm gonna choose another person at random.
All right. All right. So you've started following a person. As soon as they leave their house, and they walk up to the notice board, take a look for a bit. They take a posting off, they rip it off the board, and start leaving town. In their arm is one of the baskets that was stated earlier, and it is.
And I'm not following them out of town.
All right. Yeah, you follow them until it's clearly evident they're not coming back, and you let them pass the precipice.
And just like walk over to some building, stare at it for a little while, and then turn around, go back down the path.
You do that?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So I don't look like I just stopped following somebody and then turned around and started walking backwards.
Sure.
At this point, John is going to ping you with
Ping me with what?
You don't have a phone, by the way.
No, he's got a whole bunch of cyberware. I don't know how that works for an AI, but John is actually able to go and send like
you cannot perform any matrix action.
So I can't image link you.
No.
So I have common sense on this character.
hmm
I also have the cyberware radar sensor. If I sent out a radar sensor ping, what does common sense tell me that would do with the system?
I think this is another thing that doesn't.
That's not a matrix action.
It's
And
not?
it's something paid for with essence, correct?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you could do that, I
Common
believe.
sense tells you that they didn't have radar sensors in the 1800s.
Well, no, like the thing that.
Oh yes, like.
Well, the thing I'm asking is this:
The system would definitely be able to tell that there's something sending out a radar ping.
within it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, nice job having common sense.
Yeah.
Pegasus had that. That didn't save him though.
Nobody takes it in this group.
Yeah. First thing I took.
Pegasus took it. A lot of good that did him.
Alright, has anyone come back to the village?
Yes. There are people walking from and to the village.
Oh, I just realized something.
What?
I still haven't actually put runner.exe into career mode.
Who knows who will be?
So let me go do that.
Gotta do that.
So my next question would be, is this node depopulating as more people leave?
No. Well, no, but not for the reason you might think. The same amount of people are leaving as there are coming back.
Alright.
I want to stare at the notice board for a while, inquisitively.
Okay. You do so. Would you like perception or anything?
Wah.
You notice as people are taking their missions, their flyers, their jobs, their quests, the paper doesn't go away.
Who's taking what missions and where are they going?
All of them are going down the same path. Various people are taking various jobs. It's really seems almost at random. The only thing that isn't on a loop, and they are in anybody. One of the rug lady, jogger man, kid, could be anybody.
Is it just one path?
Yes.
And anybody coming into this area?
Yes, there are people coming in as well.
What do they have?
Some of them have nothing. Some of them have. It looks like their own jobs that they might be on, carrying goods to and from wherever they are bringing them. To this place, obviously, the town.
So the next time somebody comes and grabs a job, I'm going to
Mhm.
take the same job that they have and follow them.
Okay. A lady comes up with a basket full of breads and takes a piece of paper off the board.
Which piece of paper?
A bread request. Specifically, a baked goods request.
Alright, I'm gonna wait then.
All right.
In the meantime, John will look like as he's loitering, he'll try and get a look into. Do the houses have windows?
Sure.
He's gonna try and get a look into the windows of the houses to see what's inside the houses.
Are you creep? You sure you want to do that?
Like he's going to it'll be like a glance as he's loitering about. It's not going to be like staring into the window, obviously.
So you are going to look inside the houses. There's no furniture in the houses.
So it's just an empty box.
It's got like textures of wooden planks and thatched roofing, but yeah.
Has anybody gone into or out of the houses?
Yeah, the lady shaking their rug. Some of the children go in and get another ball as it inevitably goes flying over the fence every 7 minutes.
John's gonna take note of the 7-minute interval, and he's gonna try and time other things by that interval.
All right.
In fact, he's actually going to actively take the time to count the houses and the people wandering around the village at any one given time to see if it's specifically a decibel of 7. Or a numeric of 7.
You know what's fantastic that I just realized?
What?
Not only do we not have any means of communication or means of communication, but we're also both really well disguised, so we will never be able to tell which one is which one is us.
John still has his face.
In the town, yes, you will, because you're the only two people who aren't like doing the same thing every 7 minutes.
I don't know if Runner has quite noticed that part yet.
Okay, fair. So for all Runner knows, John's already left. So yeah, you're gonna time the 7-minute interval. Yeah, on the dot, there's like 7.00. Like lady comes out of her house, shakes her rug. 7.00. Kid goes back in, gets another ball.
I want to know what the conversations that loop are.
Old men talk about the weather.
For 7 minutes.
Conversation on the same loop.
Yeah, it's just like, still looks like rain. Is how it always starts.
But it will never be raining.
And the other one's like, thinking, see, you're losing your touch, old man.
So how many houses were there?
Like I said, like less than 2 dozen.
Less than 2 dozen, as in like
2. No, this is like
14,
more than 12,
21.
less than 24. What do you want me to say? 17? Sure, there's 17 houses. Get out of here.
Well,
why don't you give me a
everything-
D12 plus 11?
Yeah,
Well, I
give
mean-
me a D12 plus 11.
Well, I mean, just, like to
Roll it.
specify, John is actually looking for patterns of 7. So would the houses be on a pattern of 7? Would the number of idling
Houses aren't
people be
moving.
on? No, like, are there like 14 houses? It's a decimal of 7. It's 14. It's 7 times 2. Or are there like 28 people who loiter, which is 7 times 4, something like that.
No.
So in other words, the only thing that's related to 7s would be the time interval.
Yeah.
Hey, you're the one who wanted to make a mystery. Pattern recognition is part of it.
That would be clever. I don't see where it would go, but maybe that's the point of it all.
But Neon isn't that clever.
Hey.
Clearly, each minute is the node. The data trails are the passage of time, which sometimes go backwards, but we just can't tell.
You could.
Well, here's the question. So here's the final question that John would ask, since this is all the information that he has gathered. It's on a 7-minute interval. The number of people don't seem to be increasing or decreasing on the based on the number of people in the village. They do seem to, like, all the conversations are looping on a 7-minute interval. Everybody's acting on a 7-minute interval, like literally to the dot. And it seems to be relatively stagnant. So the question John would then try to go and ascertain is he in the null node? Since it's a stagnant node.
Oh, yeah, are people coming and going on the same road?
Yes.
So yeah, if it is the town itself that is the node, we are either in the null node or the portal node.
Like, at this point, the only real way to find out, though, would be specifically to see what is going into or to or from the next node.
But for all we know, the data trails could be people buying bread at a bakery. And this whole thing is just a red herring.
Well, yeah, but then we'll be here until 1 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know how
No metagaming.
Yeah,
It's like, what
I
are all
don't-
the jobs?
There's a good
there's
question.
like breads, cheeses, fruits. There's one for blacksmithery goods and such. Coin making, armor.
Alright, and all that's
Why?
here are houses, correct?
Yes.
I want to find out where Bread Lady is getting the bread from.
Oh, I did mention there are a few maker places, such as craftsmen's. So, Bread Lady is getting bread from a bakery.
But like, is she
Small.
the baker, or is she just going in buying bread?
I'm going to say she's going in and buying it.
What does the buying bread process look like?
So, you are observing the Bread Lady purchasing bread.
I just walk into the bread shop, and I look at
Alright.
some bread, and occasionally glance over as I'm looking at different breads.
All right. She walks up to the baker, makes her order. The baker goes in to the back room, brings back the loaves. She reaches into her dress pocket and hands him the money. She then turns around and leaves the shop with a basket full of breads.
Alright.
What kind of bread?
All kinds. Changes from lady to lady.
I want to go to all of the shops, watch them for a while, and see if I see anybody steal anything.
Every 7 minutes, you see a kid looking into one of the candy shops and sneaking over to it, but he never quite works up the courage. Other than that, there is no thievery taking place.
Okay. So I'm useless here.
Curious, John is going to watch what Zeno's what Runner is doing. I keep thinking he's Xeno. What Runner is doing out of abject curiosity.
Xeno's like, I'm gonna look around. What is human doing?
Yes. Would after observing Xeno, would John be able to at least intuit the idea of what he's trying to get accomplished?
Give me an empathy.
Is that a roll?
Yeah.
Is it?
Are you sure it's not like a judge intentions?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting Judge intention. Give me a judge intentions.
Is there a detect evil?
Very
You should-
successful.
Would you like to edge it?
No, I mean,
Well, you get an idea that he is, in fact, going from shop to shop, so you gather that much, that he is inspecting the shops around town. But insofar as that he's looking for thievery, that is over your head.
well, no, like what I'm specifically trying to find out of John Intuits is if Zeno's trying to figure out the process of getting out of the village by buying a bread, picking up a notice, going out to the next node without getting caught. Like, did he see Zeno observing the? Keep saying Zeno. Runner.
You can call him
Seems
whatever you want.
He doesn't understand you.
But yes,
Doesn't.
like, is that enough for him to pick up on that though?
So what are you trying to intuit once more?
Basically,
He's
like,
looking for a way out.
yeah, if he like, that's what John is following along with, is that after watching, Runner check the notice board, follow the bread lady to the bread shop, observe the bread shop process, and then leave and continue on.
You gather that he is trying to gather more on the notice board process. And whatever that entails.
All right. At which point, John will actually observe the bread lady as well, specifically the coinage. How much coinage is needed to buy bread?
It's like 3 coins. Three gold coins.
All right.
3 silver coins. Copper coins, let's say it. These are peasants after all.
He is going to attempt to go and create 3 forged copper coins.
Alright, and how are you doing this?
Probably by disguising some rocks as copper coins.
Hughes, what's the
hacking
process
skill.
for deciding if the if the machine notices you?
Let me find out.
Make
There we
a
go.
roll.
You have to decide whether something is a minor variance or a severe variance.
Okay.
If it's a minor variance, then they make a variance test with a threshold of 4. The dice pool is Host Firewall.
Would you like me to describe how he's going about doing this so you can decide if it would classify as a minor variance?
Yes.
He's essentially going to follow follow the same route that some of the other loiterers are following, and every so often, like when it seems like when he feels he's not being observed by the system, reach down and pick up a small rock.
You're always being observed by the system.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean, like,
No, I don't. When it feels like the crowd's attention is not on you.
yeah,
Like, know that you're always being watched, but I get what you're saying.
like very quickly doing it, and then it's like, and then immediately returning back to what would be considered standard variance action. Like, he's not going to do it all 3 at once. He's just going to, over the course of time. Like,
What are your
say
knowledge
10.
skills again?
My knowledge skills are Matrix, military, Seattle knowledge, and drones. And the specializations are Seattle Matrix, Walker, host design, and Army.
Give me Matrix at a minus, like, 6.
Okay.
A minus 4.
All right.
I want to say 6, but I feel like that's too punishing.
So
And that's
examples
without
of
the-
variances.
Hmm.
They give an elegant tea party. Minor variance would be being rude. Severe variance would be physical violence. Dark plane, where everyone is bleeding. Fantastic paradigm that I want to see at some point. Minor variance, not bleeding. Severe variance, healing people.
All right. So
And
is
in
that your
a
knowledge?
severe variance, you add the rating in addition to firewall.
Okay. So 4 successes is your
Yeah.
knowledge. Yeah, that's enough. And I'm going to run this by Fuse. Fuse, seem to recall in our last Foundation run, people were able to manifest objects.
Yes, that was the thing we were doing.
Yes. So through, I don't know what, hacking alone, I am willing to keep it in line that you are able to, with enough effort, manifest an object of any given way, shape, or size. It's just a matter of, do you think that you'll get caught?
All right. Well, the idea was to use disguise, which gives me more dice to go and disguise the rocks as coins, using the same process that I used to go and disguise myself.
I think maybe if you were to, like, rather than disguise it as like prettying up a rock, disguise it in the way that you, like, change the wireframe and model and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Of the rock.
essentially applying a wrapper to it. If we were
Sure.
using matrix terms, you want me
Sure,
to give you
I'll
disguise
allow
then?
I'll allow it. So what do you think of a single A corp? What do you think the Foundation firewall would be? Like,
And what's the host rating?
don't know.
Like, to give you some
Usually,
perspective.
the firewall will be host rating plus 3.
Yeah, I mean, for depending on, like, if this is a single A corp headquarters, probably between. I hate shooting myself in the foot, but 6 and 8. But the thing
I
you
don't
need
think
to
it would go
remember
as
is
high as 8.
it depends on how secure
I'll
they're
make it
made.
9.
Like, yeah, like I would guess if they were making like military grade weapons, probably a little bit on the higher side.
No, I'll say 7. You're right. We're talking about, yeah. So 10d6, looking for a 4. You sure you're going to be picking up rocks and disguising them as shit, as things?
Yeah, because my hacking alone is not high enough to do this. Unless you want to
Alright.
give me, unless you want me to give you hacking plus logic.
All right. So you're picking up rocks, and some of the passersby like glance at you as you're walking around. But other than that, no major skirmish is created.
All right. And for the disguise roll, yeah, that's wow.
You want to edge that?
Thank you very much, system. Yeah, we're gonna edge that.
You know what you really need to do is manifest communism.
There we go.
Major variance. All right.
That would be a major variance, wouldn't it?
So now you are altering a rock to look like a coin.
Yep.
Or a handful of rocks to look like a handful. All right. I'm doing another thing.
That would be 5 successes.
If it succeeds, then the system becomes aware. If it doesn't succeed, then you count the number of hits. If the total number of hits for that person ever reaches 40, then the system becomes aware.
Okay. Yeah, you cautiously, knowing the possible consequence of your actions, mold the rocks in your hands into a exact shape of what you believe the coins in this place to be looking like. I'm not even going to worry about if you know what they look like. I'm just going to say you do. And eventually you finish, and nobody seems to be coming at you with anything. So
All right. The next thing that John will probably do is observe, is it only ladies in bonnets who are collecting baskets of bread?
there's some burly dudes too.
All right, then he's not going to go and redisguise himself.
Well,
As a-
you know,
as a
I mean, I don't
pretty
think
lady
you
in
fit
bonnet.
either of those descriptions.
Wow, that's harsh.
Well, John, you think John works out? You think
No.
John goes to the gym and presses benches all day?
To put it into perspective, John's strength is 5, so yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, John is a big burly dude.
Yep.
What's your body, though?
In the system?
Yeah.
In the system, my body and strength are both 7. So I'm
Fair
even bigger
enough.
and more burly.
Well, I've got a strength of 9.
Yeah.
All right. So you've got your
Right.
coins. I'm gonna say you've got 7 coins.
All right. John will go through the process of exchanging 3 coins for bread, collect a
All right.
basket of bread, and then go through the process of leaving the village.
Where's your basket?
Where do the baskets come from? That is a good question.
The ladies have them.
Are they manifested by the ladies, or is there a basket maker?
They have the baskets when they leave their houses.
I'm gonna go look at the job market thing to see if there's anyone who is not taking anything while leaving the village. I tried to be clever, now I'm sick of it.
All the jobs involve having something.
Well, you want to give me a what was your notice roll when you investigated the? Was it a
Like
6?
6?
Yeah, somewhere in the. No, yeah. I'm gonna stick with my rollings.
All right,
Did
what are the
Sam-
things that are being taken out exactly? Is it just objects and baskets, or are people taking out like logs and shit too?
Sure, I'll add lumber on there. That seems like a reasonable where. Yeah, so lumber, foods including cheeses and breads and wines, and fruits. Weapons including swords and shields. Shield a weapon, whatever. Armor.
And one job you said was coin making.
Coin making.
Is there anyone leaving with bags of coins?
Sure.
John will go and leave with a bag of coins. You ask him where the bag came from. Well, fine, we'll get creative. I will break this fucker, I swear to God.
It's like, I tried being creative. I'm sick with it. I'm sick of not being creative.
Yeah. Hey, don't judge me. I'm allowed to go and be nondescript.
All right, what's Runner up to?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to get some stuff without the ability to talk. I think I don't really have much of a choice other than to steal something and hope that the system is okay with that.
Roll memory, or
Oh man, memory.
it is not a constant that people get the notices as they are leaving. Some of them have gotten their notices while going to the shop.
Alright.
I say memory.
did
I
they
haven't
do?
actually mentioned this up till now.
What do they do?
Uh,
I've watched all of the shops.
yes. Same thing, but they give their order to the person, and the person gets their order from the paper. The person then leaves with paper and order in tow.
Don't even give any money?
Oh, there's money, yes.
How much money?
Same money. Am I interpreting that you are cautious because everyone has been ordering their goods verbally, vocally,
Yes.
and you cannot? So, it is written.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is written.
The memory. Okay, the memory test. More so, what it would say is on the sheets of paper are written the types of things that the order is for.
So yeah, I'm going to wait for somebody to take one of those,
Mm-hmm.
take the same job, follow them.
Okay.
After they're done getting their stuff, I will go up to the counter, put it down, and pull 3 coins out of my wherever people are keeping them.
All right. So, how do you go about losing the attention of the Foundation? Once the Foundation knows you're there, how do you make it not know you're there?
You don't.
All right. It's too early for this. I'm just going to say that didn't happen. Go on.
Oh God.
You guys haven't left town yet.
John watches as his partner gets torn apart by angry everything.
Yeah, no. You do so. You pull your coinage out. It's
I
fine.
haven't done anything that anybody else has done.
Okay, so yeah, that's a good point. Should I be rolling just for the idea of manifesting things that weren't there before? I'm gonna say no.
Well, you said that was the thing we're capable of doing.
Yeah, but to be fair, I was kind of under the impression that, the system knows that those items didn't exist and then suddenly exist.
Well,
And
yeah,
then-
same with all of the other items that get manifested. Like the ball that kid keeps pulling out of his house.
Fair enough. Yes, so you do not trigger the system with your coinage.
Well, like if I started pulling coins out of my ears or materializing them in front of people.
Yeah, there's nothing strange about you pulling coins where you pull them out of. That's fair.
I do have a question for Runner. So
Can't
he
answer.
can't communicate, but could he record audio that is said by someone else and play it back?
I'm going to say, Runner obviously can have his own answer, but I would say that he could, but it's the same problem that the words he's hearing and the intention he wants to put out there would not be the same thing.
But the thing is, he's seen that the people that come in say the exact same thing every time when they come to get bread.
Well, I don't have
So-
any recorders. I'm just a peasant.
Fair enough. Yeah, so, Runner has bread and has note.
Gonna follow the bread person. Also, probably wouldn't have been bread because bread you would need a basket.
You could carry it in your arms, but yeah,
I'd be following a sword person.
sure. And have sword. I'm going to say the swords cost 4 coins.
Oh man.
So that means John has 3 coins.
Wait, why is he stealing my coin?
Oh no, wait, you're right.
I'm confused.
You've got John has 7 coins. Runner has used 4 coins of his own creation. Da-da-da.
Yeah. In other words, what you're saying is that by my disguising them is significantly less noticeable to the system than their than just manifesting them.
Oh, you've had some rolls.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you don't get informed about it until the system knows.
Yeah.
Or until Nyan accidentally kills you.
Yeah, so I was like, nah, fudge that. The GM, I can do what I want.
So let me try to understand minor what is it called? Variation.
Yes.
So when you perform a minor variation and the system takes notice of it, it just slightly increases your functionally Overwatch score for the system.
It rolls its firewall, which if it's a
7.
rating 7, then it would probably be 10.
Mm-hmm.
So it rolls 10 dice. If it gets 4 hits, you're noticed.
Yeah.
If it gets less than 4 hits, then those add to your not Overwatch.
And if that not Overwatch adds up to 40, you're noticed.
And if it's a significant, then they roll rating plus firewall. So 17 dice.
Okay, I understand. I understand now.
I understand.
So
So if I were to pull a Tommy gun out of my mouth and just start firing it in the middle of town, they would have 17 dice to figure out that something's not right here.
17 dice twice, because A, you're pulling it 3 times. 1 for the Tommy gun, 2 for the out of the mouth, 3 for start shooting baby.
I didn't say I was shooting at people.
all right, so
Alright, only 2 17s then. What's up, John?
so my question would then be this, okay?
Oh.
If I decided to say disguise myself as one of the ladies with the basket and all that, buy the bread, walk out of the town, like I presume that would qualify as a minor variation. I'm just trying to understand the way the system works.
Yeah, so there are people buying goods and leaving town. If you wanted to buy goods and leave town, that would be par for the course. If you wanted to buy
left
goods
town
and chuck,
without buying anything,
yeah.
Okay.
If you wanted to buy goods and chuck them across the horizon, that might get you some notice.
or if you just materialize bread within a house.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not where bread comes from. Bread comes from the bread store.
So yes, John will buy a sword and a shield for 4 coins, take a sword and shield notice off the board, and leave town.
Very good.
So there's now just a train of 3 people with swords and shields walking out of town.
You know, I did say earlier it was few and far between the people leaving town, but whatever.
Yeah. Now there's
Yeah.
a train of 3 of them.
Do we successfully make it to the market?
You do. It's a bit of a walk, actually. As you're walking, okay, so I'm going to paint a picture for you. Cobblestone path goes down, eventually becomes a dirt path. It leads and it winds, and it's not super long, or not, but it is kind of windy, so it takes you a bit wise. As you estimate, must be halfway there, must because there's a sign. Halfway there, you get attacked by a wolf out of the tree line.
Alright, what does sword and shield guy in front of me do?
Recoils from the wolf.
I recoil from the wolf.
I recoil from the wolf.
The wolf attacks all 3 of you and bites into your respective legs.
Okay.
You notice something. It doesn't hurt.
Does sword and
notice
shield
something
guy
else.
say anything, make any
You
noise?
notice something else. A bar above your head, red in color, going down.
Are you fucking serious? Why?
What does sword and
No,
shield
not
guy
this-
do?
I would like to. Oh.
Sword and shield guy holds his leg in pain for a while. Eventually his bar goes back up. He grabs his sword and shield and carries along the way.
I
As
do
the
the same.
Me too. I,
Making estimated pained noises.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Using my knowledge of the Matrix, would I be able to identify this seemingly pointless act as perhaps something? What I'm specific and what John is
No,
specifically
you wouldn't be
wondering.
able to.
Do you have gaming knowledge?
No, I'm an adult.
Fuck you. Also, then never mind. All right. The rest of the path is relatively eventful.
No more random wolf attacks.
No.
What did the sign say?
Turns out this wolf is the scaffolding control node.
The sign says market one way, town the next. You are going towards the market, and eventually you get there. Bustling marketplace, watching over it for any amount of time shows no looping. As the goods brought in from all the peasants up to this point down this path are now sitting on stalls, and there's an enormous, much larger, I'm going to say like 4 times the size of the town you were in prior. And it, all the goods you've seen brought here are propped up for sale, and people are wandering around purchasing goods. There's another notice board up posting job listings, and the dirt path has now become a cobblestone path again, just outside the market, which leads into a more refined brick path. There, a brick town square, shall we call it?
So there's only one road, or 2 roads in and out?
There's the cobblestone road from the town into the market, and with some looking around, there are 2 other roads leading away from this spot.
Okay.
Are there people on these roads?
Well,
Yes.
there's the person we're still following. Got to deliver that those 3 swords and 3 shields.
Which we will do.
It would be weird if we just stopped doing our job.
Yes.
Yes. So the oh, that's a good one. I like that. Hold on a quick second. Yes. That's good.
Good.
All right. Wonderful. So, you are in the market town. There are 3 paths that leave the market. One to the town which you just came from. Another cobbled road, looking like it's better maintained, and another dirt path leading off.
Okay.
There is,
How does our delivery go?
so you follow the man to the stall holding the swords and shields. He drops the sword and shield off at the stall. The man at the stall, and he drops the sword and shield off at the stall, and then gets behind the stall and starts manning it.
Alright. I drop the sword and shield off at the stall, and then get behind the stall to start manning it.
I'm going to take a moment to see if there are any other empty stalls. Make me feel.
There are a number of other empty stalls. Oh no!
What?
So the man snaps his head at you and grabs the sword.
No, like, so he was going into an empty stall.
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause
Yes.
I thought he was relieving someone.
No. There are many. Okay, to clarify, there are many stalls, and the people coming in are manning the empty stations, selling their wares. The people who have sold their wares are going back to town. I'll give you this one more gimme, because that was unclarified on my end. To give some, give me some notice, actually, so I don't feel so bad, or some etiquette. Is that your notice 5?
Yeah, how about perception?
Perception. So yeah, you've noticed everything that I've said so far. There are also, you notice from...
Yeah, I wouldn't have tried to sit down on top of him.
Yeah, I know, but like sitting at the same stall, he's... Alright, so you go to a different stall. You don't get attacked. That alternate universe, you're fucked.
Actually, I would have still had a chance.
How's that?
And that we know where we are now.
Fair.
We do?
Yeah, we're in the master control node right now.
Wait, so let me...
Or
let
it's a
me-
red herring.
Well, the question I was asking about the paths was specifically, it's like, do we see any paths leading out of the town when we come into it? Besides
Yes.
the one we were on.
Yes, I've said there are 3 paths. One that you came from, a poorly maintained cobblestone road. One, a much more well maintained cobblestone road. One might even call it brick. It's not quite. And a dirt road leading out.
Right.
For your perception, runner, you notice from the better maintained cobblestone road, there are knights in armor coming to town, the market rather,
Mm-hmm.
perusing the swords and shields for sale, and taking them and paying for them, and then leaving town with their swords and shields.
Leaving town which way?
The same way they came, the well-maintained cobblestone. Well, some of them do. Some of them go down the dirt road.
Does anybody come back from the dirt road?
No.
This is the master control node.
Yep. Out of curiosity, what do I observe as I walk to an empty stall, put my sword and shield up for sale, and then man the stall?
Yeah.
One more note. The knights going down the dirt road visit the jobs board before going. So your question is what?
My question is, what do I observe after going through the process of watching the guy go and drop the sword and shield and then man the stall, walking to a new stall, dropping the sword and shield and manning that stall?
What you observe are, exactly as described, the knights coming into town, purchasing your wares for more than you bought them for, and leaving one of 2 ways.
And nobody else goes down those paths. Just the knights.
Correct.
Are the knights on horses?
No.
Do any of the knights stop anywhere?
At the notice board if they go down the dirt path. Oh, and at the notice board if they go the other path, frankly. No, they don't. Notice board for dirt path. Otherwise, they're returning straight back to where they came from.
Okay.
So there is no way that we can get out of this without any variance.
No. I'm pretty sure.
You know what? Actually, no. There are some peasants going up the well-maintained path with large sacks of coins. And some peasants coming back. You know what? You're right. Empty-handed peasants.
Well, the question I have is, what happens after the sword and sea shield get purchased?
Which one of us? Well, we've seen Swords and Shield get bought.
Mhm.
So what do the shop owners do? The stall
When they're-
owners.
When their goods are bought? That depends. Give me would you like to make another perception or continue using your 5?
I would prefer to continue using my 5.
Carrying over from that, and John, your eye isn't quite keen on this and enough on this, but what the shop owners do depends. If they have enough money, they go towards. They take they bag up their cash, their coins, and they go. Well, let's just cut the chase and say they go north. They go down up the well-maintained path.
Do I see where they're pulling their bags from?
Underneath the tables, which have draped cloths across.
Alright, so I'm gonna wait for somebody to buy my sword and shield.
All right. Eventually, an unarmed knight, comes by and purchases your wares, handing you 7 golden coins. By the way, the swords cost gold coins.
Yeah, I only
And-
paid 4 copper.
I said more. So, and they take your wares, pay for them, go to the notice board, and go down the dirt path.
Right, and I will take my money, scoop it into a bag, and... Are there any rocks underneath the table?
This is a brick square that you're in.
Spend a fake coin for a story detail.
These bricks are crumbling.
How full do those bags look?
Not quite brimming, but bulging at the sides.
And the people that don't have full bags, they go back and do the same thing?
Yes.
So I'm gonna keep doing the loop around
Yes.
until I have enough money.
Eventually you do. In the meantime, John.
What does John do? Okay. So John is going to observe the night. The nights that come after he's sold his sword, collected his coins, his coinage, and he will observe the nights.
All right. The knights are going north. They go east. They go north, east, north, northeast, east, north, east, north.
He's going to do what he was originally planning to do with the Bread Lady, and he's going to wander into an alleyway in the market where he's not being immediately observed by the entirety of the town, and
Okay.
disguise himself as a knight.
All right.
Roll my disguise.
Let me decide what kind of variant this would be. Well, you're still maintaining the themes. I'll make it a minor. Okay. I saw your 6 before I saw my result. So I'm like, oh no!
So, success?
Yes.
All right.
You successfully describe yourself. You've got even on like a nice little red plume coming out the top of your
Oh,
helmet.
wait. I just realized something.
What?
We're in the master control node, theoretically.
Would you like to share with the class?
I have to decide if I want to... Oof.
Sounds like no.
Sounds like I have no idea how we're going to ever actually do anything here. Because there's
Yeah.
no way that either of us is ever succeeding in this role.
Yeah.
Because we need to beat their rating plus firewall in order to get the file. We have to beat it twice.
Teamwork.
Yeah, but we can't
So-
do that.
Why not?
Because that's the
We
beginning of
can't
17.
communicate.
Oh yeah.
Let's worry about that problem when we get there.
Well, I'm getting to that problem right now.
Wait, you can access the archive node through the master control node?
No. But what you can do from the master control node is alter the paradigm
Yep.
Okay, so
and
clarify
change
what that
details.
You can also calm the beast, which is the host forgets about one persona per hit, per net hit.
Oh yeah, there was a way.
Why do you people not like talking to other people? This is a theme. Like,
Well,
stop
yeah.
that.
You could also destroy the host.
Well, that wouldn't really help, because then
With
we'd
your-
fail the job.
With your 9 attack.
Out of curiosity, would this foundation be visible from the host on the outside?
Huh?
Like, okay, I understand that the foundation is a fundamental facet of the host. Would the foundation be observable from the outside
I don't think
of the
so.
host? Would having access or control of the host assist with this? With infiltrating the
Nope.
the foundation.
The actual owners of the host would have to go through the same process in order to do anything in the foundation.
Yeah, I've been lenient so far, so I'm going to be lenient with the copying files in some way. I don't know how,
So
but I'll figure it
let's
out.
save that decision for when we get there.
Yeah.
Because despite the fact that they're in the master control node, like
Yeah, there's
John
a reason why in my my run the host was like a 4.
Okay. I can.
No, it was a
yeah,
5.
I can run down the secure. I can make it a 6 or a 5. I'll make it a 5. I like the 5. Surprise! They lost funding. They're like,
So now it's 11 versus 13. And that's more doable.
yeah.
But anyway.
I'm going to go for it. I'm going to alter the paradigm.
Hmm.
As a note, if this was in fact a red herring and I am not in the master control node, I'm pretty sure I am immediately spotted.
Would John be able to do what he's doing first before you go and kill both?
Oh yeah,
of us?
It is at
changed.
least a severe variance.
You've changed into a knight. You're fine.
Okay. Because what John was going to do was he was going to go and use the coins that he just acquired to go and buy his sword and shield and then go up the north path to the security control node.
Yeah, you can do that. But meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
No, this whole
runner.exe
plan is stupid.
25.
I'm going to keep doing the loop.
okay.
Yeah. I probably buy my sword and shield from Runner.
Right, and I go back down the other way.
Yep.
I'm gonna
What happens on the way to the security control node? I presume there's no random wolves charging out and attacking the knights.
Unless there are, and the knights do something different.
Yeah. So we are following along.
Yes.
What happens on the path?
So okay. To clarify, new scene. Runner.exe has all the money in the world.
Oh, John's going to, unless this path is exceptionally wrong or long, John's going to be doing everything long before I do anything.
That's true. Um,
You see, I just like. Can I take a moment to go out of character here for a moment?
no.
That's why
That's a
communication
variation.
is important.
Major variation.
God damn it! I really don't want to pull like what happened with that one game. Everybody got upset because I was doing everything on my own. Oh,
There's only
Anyway.
2 players.
yeah. All right. John makes the security control node, and I presume Runner's going to do something now.
All right. Wolf attacks you.
Like me specifically, or every night that goes down the way.
Well, there's not a whole lot of them all the time. Do you wait for another night to accompany, or do you go on your own?
No, I follow the knights.
Should
Also, I'm going to
always
change
be
my story
following
because
someone.
I can sense. Huh?
Always be following someone.
Yeah, I'm going to change some details a little bit because I can sense something leading to ultimately a stalemate. The knights coming. There are 2 types of knights coming from the castle. One with arms and one without arms. I know what you're thinking. No,
Oh,
They
there's a
all have
castle
arms.
now.
Yeah, that's where you're going. Hush you.
That's new information.
They go. There are 2 types. One's with sword and shield. One without. The ones without are buying and going back to where they came from. The ones with are going to the market and going down the dirt path. So this will be fun. Yeah, you go down.
Oh, time out. You don't get to change that, man. Come on. Like
Okay, if you
that's
want to be
like,
stuck standing guard forever, that's fine.
well, no. I mean, here's the thing. Like the entire reason John went through the whole like changing into a knight, buying an sword and a shield, and then going back up the north path where other
Alright,
knights
fine.
were doing it.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, I don't know what like
Yeah.
that
All right,
means.
fine.
All of that was. I just want to know where like what the plan is here, because if that's not the case, then John would not do that.
If what's not the case? Oh,
Yeah,
What-
like
what?
John's entire interaction with disguising himself as a knight, buying the sword and shield, and going up the north path, where there were other knights who were coming, buying a sword and shield, and going up the north path.
Yeah, he's doing that because he's skipping a step.
okay. Yeah, kind of. So,
Taking a risk in
yeah.
order to get there faster.
I don't know. I know things
Yeah.
you don't, so it's weird. You go. Wolf attacks you, and the knight slashes it, and its red bar goes down. No physical harm is done, but it lays there.
Yeah, Nyan's aware that there's actually a poker game going on in the Prohibition area that's down the dirt path. And that's the real data trails.
Yeah, that's entire thing.
Yeah.
The
So
only
you-
way to know with 100% certainty is to follow every path.
So you go down. You get to the castle. The knight you are following goes into the castle, greets the guards, enters the door, follows through into a room full of other arms, swords and shields, and hangs them up.
He then does what?
He then goes back out the room and into a different door.
John will follow him part for part. Does John see anyone else in the castle besides knights?
There is a large room that looks to have different ornaments to it, so you can assume this might be housing one of a different stature, but you haven't seen inside of it yet.
Like, I mean, just wandering the halls. Is there?
Nice path. One of the halls, no, it's just knights and the peasants coming through being escorted by guards until they go down it. They leave the castle a different way.
Do any of the knights not give their sword and shield away and go to a different part of the castle?
Some of them enter the ornate room.
Okay. Just paint me a mental picture of this. When John approaches the castle, does he see any additional entrances or exits to it?
From this angle, it looks like, so you're approaching from the south, and it looks as if there are people coming and going from the east and the west. And by that I mean coming from the east and going to the west.
What do the people going to the west look like?
Peasants.
Peasants?
Yes.
All right.
Actually, there's people coming and going from both ways. Yeah. All peasants.
All right. John is going to. I don't want to I don't want to leave Runner behind on this, so let's find out what Runner does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm
Runner.
curious to gather what's going on here.
You've got fat cash.
I go through a huge loop of walking back and forth, getting bit by a lot of wolves. And I earned a whole lot of gold.
You did. Now you got a sack full of it. You got a heavy sack. What are you going to do with that heavy sack, huh?
I'm going to take this heavy sack and follow somebody else who also has a heavy stack.
Yes, you do. So you follow
I'm
them.
going to follow them down that good road.
All right.
How many hours does that take?
Well, it's a 7-minute loop. And every time I get, 7 coins?
Yeah. You pay. Yes. Yeah. So. Yeah. It doesn't take long. It does take long. Half an hour. Gold coins
It's
are
only
big.
4 loops.
They're like a $50 size golden coins.
So what do the dudes do?
So they go up the path. No wolves attack the peasants. Hold on a moment.
Alright, I also hold on a moment.
I also hold on a moment.
I'm busy.
So, I think this is going rather well. I mean,
I don't.
You've only been torn apart in 2 alternative dimensions. And the real trick is figuring out which one is the slave control node, which one is the archive node. Because I feel, and this is in my heart of hearts, the peasants with the big sacks of money are going to the slave node.
Nothing goes to the slave node.
Yeah.
Which actually does raise a very interesting question. Since the way Nyan described it, there are people going to and from both directions.
Yeah,
Both.
but are they carrying things?
That's a good question. I wonder if they are.
I'm back.
Oh, hi Nyan.
Hi.
Hey Nyan, are the people on the paths carrying things?
Some of them, sometimes.
Which ones?
Half of them.
That's not an answer.
It is. Anyway,
Which half?
both.
Okay,
All right.
so to narrow the question down, observing both pathways.
So okay. Runner, for whatever reason, pauses in the middle of the road to observe the 2 paths on the sides of the road, and gathers the information that people from the forest are gathering. Sorry.
There's a forest now?
Shut up. I know. Stop
I
listening.
need visual aids.
That's what I'm here for.
No, that doesn't make sense because it's already fruit that exists. I'm gonna say they're gremlins now. People from the east are gremlins, and they're like occasionally come in swarms to attack the castle.
And from the west, what is
Wait,
happening?
hold on a second.
Sure.
Back at the first town, the
Yes.
people that were coming back,
hmm Yes.
did they have anything?
More money than they left with.
Yeah, and that was the feedback loop. Okay, so yeah, that was definitely a both ways. Because otherwise, there was a chance that we could have had this all wrong and we were in the slave control node at the beginning.
Yeah, that would have been awkward.
I'm glad I arbitrarily started drawing in the right place.
Yeah, it could have been that, couldn't it?
No,
Funny.
it couldn't have been. Because the people are then coming back and putting the coins into the node that we came from.
Yeah. So, the West Path was asked about, I believe. The West Path, the West Path, it has peasants with large sacks going down the path to wherever it leads, and empty-handed peasants coming back. Runner.exe is a peasant with a large sack who is walking up towards the castle.
Like, what? Where are people going? From where?
From the market to the castle, then down the West Path. And you can see this
Okay.
as you're approaching the castle.
And the only people coming back are empty-handed peasants.
Yes. So,
That path should have to be the archive node. It's also where I'm supposed to go, and I'll find out if I'm right when I get there,
Yep.
depending on whether or not there's another path.
Yeah. So,
Like, it's a question of either that's the archive node, this is all a red herring, or Nyan did something wrong.
I love how that third one is actually an option. But all seriousness, I think, yeah. So it takes. So I presume it takes about a half an hour. That's about how long John would observe. You want a perception?
sure. What are you looking for?
I am looking for essentially what the same observations that Runner made. Roughly.
Yeah, you got him.
All right. Here's the real question. Would I be able to identify Runner as he came up? Did he leave any kind of identifying features to himself, like his face? Its face.
Well, he hasn't changed his face, or anything with his clothes.
You two just happened to follow the same peasant down the road.
he would have been the one that screamed kind of weird.
All right.
Not enough to be a minor variant.
Okay. So, you can't do matrixy things, but I do have a cyber eye and a cyber brain. Would I be able to go and reasonably take a picture of him so I can identify him later when he comes, like if he's wandering about? Would that be possible?
You could, but I think your common sense would advise against it.
I mean, it's not like there would be a flash or anything. My eyeball would blink.
Yeah, but the signals of a photo being taken would be acknowledged by the Foundation.
To be fair, the system would see that light is going into that person's eye and then being transported to that person's brain. Whoa.
Okay, I'll allow it. You get a photo of a mecha man. Mecha Mighty Mo.
Okay. I presume that. Yeah. You said it took him about a half an hour to make that trip.
Yeah.
What do you think the likelihood would be for that to be about how long it would take John to make that observation?
What? What observation?
Because I'm trying to see if it would be within reason to assume that John would still be there when Runner came up.
Is there a patience stat?
Yes, it's composure.
Yeah, give me a composure roll.
Fantastic.
What would happen if someone entered a foundation that wasn't made quite right?
Is it possible to not make a foundation right? You want to add that, by the way?
No, it's not.
No. I only have one edge left. I'm going to need that for later.
You... I mean, so no, that one's enough, because the alternative is if you've figured out where you think you are, and you are where you think you are, then you don't want to be. You're closer now to where you're going than you could possibly be, other than being there. So there'd be no reason for you to like leave, and the only place for you to leave is the same way you came,
Well,
dressed as you are.
Part of the reason I'm asking is because I don't John doesn't know what Runner's doing.
Well, are AIs stereotypically smart creatures, smarter than normal?
Yes.
Then I think it would be safe to assume that he knows what he's doing, or at least thinks he knows.
Xenosapiens especially.
Yeah. So the Xenosapien guy, Runner DXE, it's safe to assume that they have a plan. You're itching to get going by the time that Runner gets there, but you have enough patience to stick around because you know it's for the best of the run. Also, you're probably not escaping without some help.
Well, I mean, what essentially John's plan is he's going to casually wander around the castle, following knights with swords and shields.
Oh, there's a barracks. Soldiers just hanging out.
Yeah. Until he gets to the west side of the castle, find some place where he's not being observed by other people, and disguise himself as a peasant.
All right.
And he's got the sword and shield to convert into a large sack full of a thing.
Also a large bag of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm rolling 8 because that's the new.
All right. Here's my disguise. Fuck. Well, I guess I'm going to be edging that.
You mean you don't want to be a large sack carrying a small person?
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah. Welcome to
That's
this.
bad.
So you got 3 successes. I mean, you're dressed you're dressed as like a Halloween costume peasant. It's not even like dirty. You don't even smell like a peasant, but yeah, you got it. You got a potato sack cloak. It's fine.
Right. Now I have no more edge.
And now you look
Huh?
different.
What'd you say, John?
I said now I have no more edge. This is going to go fantastically.
Also, there's nobody around you to determine what the effects of your thing here are. So good luck with that.
Yep. And I'll exit out the west gate and follow the line of peasants with sacks.
Alongside your partner, Runner.ex.
Yep.
Runner.ex. All right. Yes, you go down to the large, ornate building. A sweeping roof with decorative plates, banners hung all around. It looks to be some sort of large statue to some sort of, perhaps a deity, perhaps some sort of respected figure. And at its feet is a large pile of coins.
Well, I dare say we found the place we need to be.
And there is nothing else going on down there?
Occasionally, peasants come by and dump out their sacks at the feet of the shrine.
And they drop off their money.
Yeah.
They empty their sacks, man.
There's no other pathways.
Correct. All of them have been erased. You're stuck here.
Okay.
Now we need to figure out how to access the system and get the file.
You
In
just
a
need
system-
to know what the node is. There's a dude here that everybody's throwing their data at.
Yep. I thought it was a statue.
Statues of a dude is still a dude.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So it's just the statue here?
As well as the large pillars and roof keeping it dry. But yes.
Okay. So going off of the patterns that we've seen, it's more likely the building than the statue. Like, the market was a whole bunch of different places, so it's not like an individual stall is the master control node. It'd be the market itself. Which means that this ornate building must be the archive node. Or, again, it's all a red herring.
Surprise, I've been making this whole thing up. The real path was the children playing ball.
Honestly.
I can see it.
Alright, well, I'm going to attempt to find a file targeting the large ornate building as a whole as being the archive node.
Alright.
So let me give you a computer plus logic.
Wait, wouldn't that be a matrix action?
No, it's a foundation action.
There is a list of them.
Where do I find this list?
Starts on page 113 of Data Trails.
Really?
Yeah?
Oh.
I
Did you not know what any of the actions are?
I do.
I didn't
There's a
know what any of
PDF
the
I had
actions
open.
are. Didn't you pick up on that?
There's a Google Docs I found on one of the wiki pages. I've just been looking at it. I'm like, oh, cool, it's in the books too. That makes sense.
Yeah, no. Foundation
In fact,
runs are just homebrew.
I can just link that to. I'll just link it in the thing.
When he's not making explosives.
It's much more well put together anyway.
Anyway, I'm going to actually give that test now.
What a proud
Gonna
child.
do it.
myself wondering, since you were in the master control node, couldn't you have made a foundation map?
You'd have to succeed in a roll first.
Oh yeah, but it's just rating plus data
Trying to
processing.
decide if I want to pre-push to avoid my limits. Yeah, that's data processing. So yeah, I'm gonna pre-edge this. Because I don't want to have a limit of 4.
Oh man, that shrine. 5 successes. Alright, and it is doing it's full 13.
Rating plus firewall.
And you're hacking the building.
Yes.
Okay, well, I have one question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of information would you want?
I am finding the file that I'm looking for.
Alright, and if that is the role to do just that, then you do just that.
Yes! So, were we asked to get the file, or, like, get the file and not leave them with one?
You were asked to get as much as you could, is what you specifically asked.
So
he
they
didn't
don't care
actually
if they keep it.
Yeah, he didn't. He also didn't even mention this file specifically. Just as much as you could, as much as you felt comfortable getting.
Would you like me to roll one as well, then?
If you
Well,
want.
first, I need to actually copy the file. I am pre-edging this
Stop.
again.
Statue gives you a big thumbs up.
Thumbs up for giving me money.
Oh, so what happens on a tie?
Probably Defender wins.
So, Anna. The statue comes to life and punches you.
No! Wait, hold on.
Wait, the statue coming to life is a variation.
Yeah, the building crushes the statue. Oh no, the
So
archive.
since
Trying to find what happens.
Alright. But yeah, while he's doing that,
Yeah, failing a node action is a severe variance. If the node gets more more hits than you do. It's a minor otherwise. Okay. So on a tie, it's just a minor.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll an 8. Alright, the statue doesn't come to life and punch you. The peasant behind you, however, empties his sack and turns around.
Yeah, I'm slowly emptying my sack.
Alright. Question. If I wanted to steal as much from the archive as I can,
I thought you were talking about the gold pile. I'm like, you fool!
yeah, if I'm trying to, like, if we're here to steal as many files as we can, would you prefer, like, an extended test, maybe?
Please don't.
Like, how would
Well,
that work in a setting where you're being attacked by something?
I have no choice but to keep trying this.
Yeah, well, the reason that I ask is that we're here to steal as many files from this. Like, is there like a master database file I could find? Actually, yeah, that's what I'm going to look for. There's a master database file. Something with an archive copy of all the files that are in
It's
here.
like a folder labeled "et al."
Well, I mean, usually since we're in the foundation, which is the very core of the host, and we're in the archive, there should actually be like a file directory system that would contain like the information directory that has all the information in all the files. Like that should be like it's like a core database function. It's like the boot box for a Windows program. Like it would have that it would have all the core, like the major files for like a segment of whatever they're doing. Does that make sense? Like they would have like a master file. They're like a master file of cyberware designations or a master file of like copywritten schematics, something like that. That's what John's going to look for.
And I'm looking for, like, specifically that file about the whatever they developed.
Yeah, so master would be
The
computer plus
MacGuffin that made them interesting.
Oh, this is wonderful. Fantastic.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Okay. So I'm going to roll for finding the master files. Okay.
All right.
Five hits. That's not great.
Better than 4. So wait, what is this master file? Are you trying to, like, in one smooth motion get all of their data? I feel like no, that's not allowed.
Like there would be classifications, like there would be like cyberware schematics or prototype schematics, stuff like that. Like they're
Like a listing of all other files.
Yeah, that way we can get through the rest of the stuff very quickly.
Could just say yes for time's sake, but I don't want to set that as a standard. Because I feel like, what do you think, Fuse? You think that's broken? You're like, I grabbed
I
this
think that
folder,
makes
that
sense.
folder. Alright.
It's like,
Yeah, so-
it's not all of the files, it's just a list of what all of the files are.
Yeah, where you can
Okay,
find
sure.
them, what they're called.
So you want me to generate you a bunch of techie file names?
Like, let's just call it the pay data box. Because I don't really know which one. It's like, it's pay data. I don't
Sure.
know
Well,
which
it's
one.
not. This file would not itself be pay data.
Yeah, this is the objective.
It wouldn't be that either.
He's
That's just
talking about the master
Telling
file.
you where
Yeah.
everything would be.
Yeah, let's call it the master file. That's good.
Unless this file had just like an entire wing of like blood magic funds, and that might be.
Oh, that would be
data,
great.
Pointing
Yeah.
out that they have them in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, like it's pretty normal stuff. Parts, labor, names, addresses where people live.
Loftweir's hidden weakness.txt.
Yeah. Do they have something about future
Time.
projects? Like financial data, anything about say prototype, like anything on schematics? Schematics would be a thing that are in computers.
Schematics.
Yeah.
Like that file that I found.
Yeah, I'd say there are.
All right, John is going to start trying to steal as many of those files as he can.
Well,
Okay.
first you should actually get the file that tells you if they're there.
Yeah, that's the question. Did I get it?
I
Like,
said 4
You
5
can
is bigger than
find the file.
Yeah, that's the find.
So now you have to get
Congratulations, you know where it is.
Good. And then I take it the next one is also computer plus logic.
Yep.
To copy it. Watch this. This is where it all goes wrong.
Everything is computer logic except for editing.
6 is bigger than 5.
Yeah.
Alright, and I need to get my file.
Get your file, cha-cha-cha.
I no longer have edge, so this is 11 versus 13. My limit is 4.
Ooh, 3 is smaller than 4. Roll a
I have
13.
no choice but to keep trying.
You succeed.
6. Alright, so the peasant that has dumped his sack turns around and points at you, screaming like a banshee.
I'm going to try again.
Sure. You got it.
Alright, cool. I'm going to run.
Yeah.
I know
Have I been
the exact
identified by
path
the
that I need to go down. I am sprinting.
Yeah.
Through the peasants, the knights, the marketplace, down the dirt path that you don't know.
I'm gonna stop. I also stop pouring out the gold. I'm keeping that sack of partly filled of gold as a weapon.
The sack becomes, you feel it becoming slightly heavier.
Good.
It is slowing you down.
Yeah.
It's also
Have I
being a
been
better
identified
weapon.
by the system?
What's up?
Have
John?
I been identified by the system yet?
Do you attack your friend?
That would be a severe variance if you don't try to stop me.
Yeah, I'll pick up a fistful of gold and flick it at you.
It's not
You have
much
made
effort.
an attempt.
Okay, fine. Fine. I want to call that a minor variance. Thumb it
It's
down.
not much effort, but he's a peasant.
Yeah.
The other guy's trying to yeah, I guess. He's a peasant. Fine, I'll allow
Hey,
it. I don't like
the other
it.
guy just pointed at me and screamed.
Fair enough. So, yeah, give me some dodge rolls, just in general. Give me a overarching dodge roll for all the grabs you're going to be running past.
Alright, so reaction is 4. Thanks to this person's fantastic deck.
Yeah.
You could fight them,
So that's 10.
because your strength is 9.
Yeah, that doesn't help if I can't hit them, because I have no combat skills. So here's a dodge.
Oh. Oh,
There's a dodge.
yeah, you win. You successfully. All right, so I'm going to say, give me a dodge roll per node you're traveling through.
Alright,
you've
so
got-
archive to security, bam, done.
yes, yes.
Security to master. So it's good.
Security to master, sure. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Sweet.
Because you are through security by the time you're making that roll.
Alright, now for the one that is full of knights that have swords. I'm out of peasant territory. I'm out of unarmed knight territory.
Hold on, before you do that, just make me a sweet little notice roll. Give me a sweet little, lovely little notice roll for me.
No. That's a
Oh my
glitch.
god! You crit glitch.
No. I did not crit glitch.
Yeah, you glitched. You regular glitch. Alright. John, are you chasing after your friend?
Oh, he took off, so no, I'm going to try and steal more files.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
he
I'm
just
just
got the
a-
file that tells him where files are.
But
Yeah.
shouldn't you be attacking them?
Well, I mean, the others have all gone.
I
chasing
already ran away. Screaming
you-
peasant
you-
run
yeah.
after me?
Alright.
Screaming peasant following me all the way through the master control node?
You dodged too much.
Yeah.
Alright, so you failed to notice exactly what it says on the notice board for the mission for the people going down this dirt path.
Oh God.
Give me another dodge roll.
2.
Ooh.
So, knights with swords.
Yeah. I can't let that slide. You take some damage.
What are they hitting me for?
How do you calculate damage in here? Is just regular sword stuff?
Yeah,
All right,
they
then
have
let me.
skills and attributes up to the rating, depending on who they are. Like, nothing can have skills higher than the rating, but
The
they're
rating's
otherwise
5.
statted like normal NPCs.
So I'm just going to give them a regular sword, 7p damage, AP minus 2, a reach of 1. Well, let's say
Alright, well, I'm
there's
definitely not wearing any armor.
They definitely are. Um, they've got a strength of, say, 4 because they're knights. Well, would their strength be the stats from the attack of
It's
the
whatever
thing?
a knight would be, no higher than rating.
Okay, so I'll say 4. And give them 3 skill points I'll give them 4 agility, 3 skill points. So 7 dice to hit you.
Gotta beat a 2.
Hold on real quick.
Did they not hit a 2? Did they not beat a 2?
No, they hit a 2.
Okay, they hit a 2.
They got 6 successes on 7 dice. And the first 4 of those successes
Oh
were
no, you're a GM with 7 dice.
It's more powerful than 8. So 2, that becomes 4. 4 plus 7.
Why did you make them so weak? Are you trying to kill me?
So you've gotten 11 damage, it seems.
Alright. And what did you say my body was?
I don't remember. Let me check.
I want to say it was 7.
So the body is firewall,
Yeah.
and the firewall is 5.
5?
Hold on. Yep, 5. 9, 6, 4, 5.
Okay. So I take 10.
Runner XC is like, having a body sucks!
I'm not dead.
You're not dead. Wonderful. Alright, you make... I'm just going to give you that one attack. You get down the... you continue down the path, and you evade the knight. Nothing else comes out of the brambles to chase at you, but in the distance you see a large cave, and at this point I ask you, what do you think happens when there's a one-way path that armored knights with swords are going down and aren't coming back?
They have to go slay the dragon.
That's correct. There is an enormous dragon
Alright.
sitting in the cave.
So I presume this takes a little while for this to all happen.
Alright, so let me give you a dodge at a -3 now. As I'm sprinting past the dragon.
So question. Before you do that, would you like to resolve what I'm doing in the node? In the
Sure,
archive?
sure. We'll
Okay.
keep the viewers in suspense. What are you doing? You're
I'm trying to steal as many files as I can, and I presume there's a lot of files, so would you like an extended test?
Don't
Like
forget to
3
steal
rolls or something.
the file that I have.
How do you propose the extended test go?
Roll the extended test on the same rules. Like I'll give you 3 rolls, and if I succeed For every roll I succeed is like a third of the files. If I fail it, then the system goes to apeshit. Does that sound acceptable?
Well, it's like it's very much a binary failure state in this. You don't succeed or fail more. You succeed or you fail. So it's like if you trip the wire once, that's bad enough to like that's the punishment. That's the only punishment I can offer you, other than dropping a boulder on you or dropping a dragon on you.
It would literally be dropping boulders and dragons on him.
Who, me?
Yes, if you fail, that's a severe variance. There's a very good chance that you're in the same situation as me.
Well,
not only that,
anyway.
and not only that, with that in mind, you're asking me to say, well, if I do fail, just cluster all the failures together into one big failure. And I'm saying there is only one big failure, and it's each of those failures you would be experiencing. So I feel like it's a bit of a shortcut.
Okay, this is what I'm proposing. Is I will make a roll for the test, for an extended test. Okay? You make the firewall roll to see whether or not it works.
Yes.
I make a second test as an extended test at -1 to steal more files. And we'll do this and you will roll again to see if I am detected then.
-1?
Based on the number of successful times,
both extended tests?
But the thing is, extended tests work up towards a goal, not the individual rolls.
How would that be different from just taking each file one at a time?
Yeah, I say just do it one at a time. That way we know the exact moment when and if and when you get caught.
When?
You already know where all the files are. Every file you're going to be doing from this point on is taking.
Well, the question is, how many files of value are there?
Many as you want. This is a cyber-tech facility. You want to learn. You want to offer you want to sell on the black market how to make cyber eyes for as many whatever price you choose.
Quick question. Are you actually looking at that file right now?
Yeah.
In the Foundation?
Yeah.
That'd be some sort of variance, you think?
Probably.
I'll make it an 8. Alright. Yeah, as far as the thing, you're reading a scroll of some kind. But that's a good call.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, I'm going to say make them one by one.
That's fine. There's the first one. Want me to give you time to...
Alright, and let me... you fail, but you aren't noticed.
Okay. Succeeds to be the average.
You succeed. You succeed.
You fail.
You succeed. You succeed. So what? So you're grabbing like clusters of files or individual files?
Well, you said you wanted individual, so I'm going after everything that would be labeled as Gammaware, Betaware, Alphaware, in that order, starting with Euromods, Biotech.
There's
So,
nothing. There's nothing labeled Gammaware.
I presume, but I'm giving you an example of what I'm looking for. Like, if I see on the master list that they have Betaware Rating 6 Cyber Eye design schematic, yoink.
Sure.
That's what I would be taking.
All right. So you're taking all that stuff, but if you're just looking at names and deciding based off names what you're looking for, what you're grabbing, then you're not going to be getting any Gammaware because they're not being that upfront about it.
Well, yeah, I'm obviously about that, but I'm taking anything that would be looking like it's valuable.
Okay. So you've got 5 files right now. Would you like to keep going?
Yes.
All right. You should keep going until you get caught or something?
No, I have a goal.
All right, you succeed.
2.
Succeed. Succeed. You ever be a GM and think you made a mistake? Succeed. Succeed. That's 10.
Right.
Success. Nope. All right, you fail, but you don't get caught.
All right.
Uh, you fail, but you don't get caught. Oh! You fail, you don't get caught. You succeed.
That would be like what, 13 or 14?
I think it's like 12.
12.
Actually, yeah.
12, 13,
Succeed.
14.
Oh,
Still 13.
you fail, but you don't get caught.
Don't count them before they hatch.
14. This
Succeed.
is attempt 14.
You succeed.
Okay, so I've
15.
taken 15 files.
All right.
How many more files of value would I look if I'm looking at? Just
I'm just gonna say that's all of them.
that's everything. All
Like-
right, at this point, I will.
everything else is like a duplicate or like such a small variation that if you tried to sell both of them, you would
Oh.
like people.
And are you copying or fetching?
I'm copying. I already have the master, so I know which files are which.
Yeah, I think
Do I
the
get to
master
dodge a
file-
dragon now?
Yeah, you go charge that
Well-
dragon.
Well, here's the other thing. After I finish that, I'm going to attempt to destroy the host. I'm going to go back to the master control node and kill the host.
Okay. So
That makes-
that would probably be happening
About now.
around the time that I'm getting to the dragon.
All right, so I'll let you try to destroy it first, and then you can make a dodge roll.
Destroy the
Okay.
host is a very complicated one.
Yep, I have to make 5 full successes.
6.
6. It's
In a
rating
row.
success? Yeah. Against rating plus firewall. Rating plus firewall, so that would be 13. Wouldn't it? I forget what the rating is, or what the firewall is for this. Though, this does put me in an interesting situation. Because what I'm initially going to do is I'm going to try to configure the host attributes so that the firewall is the smallest attribute. So I head back to the master control node. I presume everything is chaos and bedlam, so there's no pattern to follow.
No, as soon as runner.exe is out of sight, he's out of mind for everybody.
Then I'll just follow the pattern back.
And that would have
Same
been
pattern.
like just a little while ago that he ran out of
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Like he's currently
So-
getting stabbed by a knight.
Yep. So I make my way back to the master control node, following the pattern of the what's it called.
All right.
And then I will, as soon as I enter the master control node, I'm going to attempt to reconfigure it so the firewall is the lowest rating. I don't know what the lowest rating would be, but that's the attempt.
Lowest rating would be equal to the rating of the host.
Yeah, so it'd be 6.
5.
It is 5?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
So then it
Okay.
has 10 dice to resist after this, and you need to succeed 5 times in a row.
Yep. Did I succeed?
What? Sorry,
Did I succeed?
I heard that. Thanks, forwards. I'm asking what's going on.
That's
I'm trying to
3
go and
words.
I'm trying to change
Yeah,
the host firewall, like the foundation's firewall rating to 5. To its lowest possible rating.
All right, its firewall is already 5. Or its firewall is. Oh wait, so hold on. So
Firewall would be
I'm
8.
lost. Right. Right.
He's
Okay.
switching
You're right.
firewall with whatever is at 5.
All right.
Probably
Also,
6.
also, it's forwards if he's asking on whether or not he's inhaled plant children. Did he succeed? All right.
But that's
Right.
not what he's asking.
Yeah. Have I? Have I ask you? Come on. Roll your rolls.
Oh, so I succeeded. Okay.
No,
Uh,
wait, what? Okay. I'm rolling against you with what? Just
13.
regular.
Firewall plus rating.
Yeah.
Alright.
You need to beat 6 successes. Which is surprisingly likely.
Firewall plus rating. 8 plus 5. I guess. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you succeed.
BAM! So its firewall is now 5. So now I'm going to attempt to murder fuck this host.
Aye,
So are you ready?
aye, Captain.
Okay. And here's the question. Since I have a specialization in host, do those dice apply?
Sounds. Well, no, this isn't a host. This is a foundation. What?
I mean, that's the question. Like, if not, it's fine. Excuse. If I have a specialization in hosts and I am attacking what is essentially a host to destroy the foundation, would I get the bonus dice in host for having a specialization in host? Actually, you know what? That doesn't apply because I don't have a specialization in host. Sorry, my apologies.
I don't have that, but you know, if
Would
I did.
Yeah, if I did. All right.
Okay, and I looked up how AIs take damage again because they're weird.
Uh,
And the 10 damage that I took would have been matrix damage to the deck that I'm on.
oh.
Oh, that guy's gonna be unhappy.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So how undead were you before?
It was 10. 10 damage.
So how much health did you have left over if that was to your physical being? How much
That would
health?
have been 1 if that was to my core, but that doesn't apply.
Yeah, it's 1. You have 1 left.
Yep.
You have 1 not damage.
All right. So, do you want me to just give you 5 rolls and then you do 5 rolls, or 1-on-1?
And I'm rolling 10 dice against you?
Yep.
Sure. Go. You do one on one. 1 to 1 to 1 to 1.
All right. Here's the first roll. Wow, that is piss.
You got it.
1, 2,
Got it.
3,
3. Yeah, you got it.
4.
4. Last one. 5.
Bam!
All right.
So, Runner.exe is cowering before the dragon as its mighty
I'm
jaws.
not cowering before it. I'm attempting to run between its legs.
So
And then the host just goes kablooey,
yeah.
and we all take dump shock.
Actually, here's the question. Would you take Dumb Shock if we're...
Yes.
I'm talking about you specifically, because you can't be booted out of the Matrix.
You're booted out of the host. Are you booted
Yeah,
out
but
of the
you-
Matrix?
You only take Dumb
me-
Shock if you're booted all the way out of the Matrix. If you are booted out of the host, you may or may not be booted into the Matrix in general. I don't believe you are completely dumped out of the Matrix. You're just dumped out of the host as it is destroyed. Which, following that logic, since we just destroyed the host of this company, did we delete all of their data?
All their archive data.
Oh,
So way to go! All the good that they were doing, being a hospital and making shit, or not a hospital, being a biotech development company.
Oh, anyone who's in the scaffolding is also dumped.
Oh, I guess you specifically because
So
you were
that
there.
is- Okay, yeah, that is the main body of the host. It's like the host, like the actual host. If anybody is in there, they also suffer dump shock. Because the host is gone.
So, yeah. So you get out of there. You leave with your mind and files intact. You with your 15 files. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Specifically, they word it as they are dumped, which implies dump shock.
Yeah.
Ah, but that's the GM Fiat type of thing. Up to you.
Yeah, so their girlfriend leaves them. And yeah, John, you start awake on a plane somewhere above the Atlantic or Pacific or whatever.
As
And
soon
I
as
get to
John
make
went-
a will plus firewall
Yeah.
to resist 1 damage. Or 6 damage, I can't take 1.
Actually, can I resist dump shock as well?
No.
It doesn't matter because you're on a magic plane where all of your injuries get healed.
I really should do more of this matrixy stuff.
Now, any injuries you get from this will carry over to Sophie's game. I'm deciding it.
Alright.
Well,
So
I
make
mean,
those
it's
heal
17
rolls.
So
hours.
I've got 10 dice. I need 6 successes.
All right.
But yeah, what am I rolling to
No.
avoid dump shock?
I don't know.
No.
Body
Alright,
plus will.
so their deck goes kaput. I'm farted back onto the matrix, and I lose 1 essence from being disrupted.
Like permanently?
Yes.
Oh shit!
What?
I mean, I guess
How
the
does-
other option was you get murdered by a dragon, so I don't feel that bad.
Do you get that?
It would have
essence
been the
back?
same results.
So do you live? You live 6 times ostensibly.
Basically.
So yeah.
Unless you're one of those weird AIs that eat essence from stuff. I think there might be a way.
Get that operation of your essence restored.
That doesn't work. Okay. There's restoration and realignment.
You're like trying to negotiate
believe-
with the lady at the counter. She's like, "Please, sir, I can't understand you." Also, I hear a phone.
But yeah, to avoid dumb shock, what is that? Body plus.
It's will plus firewall.
I guess
Okay.
half right.
That's not bad.
Fire Will. Will's been doing an awful job lately.
Wow, that's a horrible resist test.
Nice glitch.
It's not a glitch because it's a resist test.
Wasn't there a glitch earlier?
Oh, I also have to resist overflow damage. So the other 5 that I didn't resist becomes essence damage that I have to resist.
Ugh.
With will plus firewall plus depth,
How do you heal?
which I resist all of.
How
So
do you
only the
heal?
1.
Like, are you just permanently damaged from now on until the end of time?
Ooh, disrupted AIs also lose 1 point of depth.
Just take off that
And
one.
an advanced program chosen at random. And they gain a negative quality.
And they get stub their toe every time when they wake up. They will be rented out a body for this to happen in.
So about how long did it take for us to go and finish this?
Your plane is landing. No, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the other issue. It's like he's just gonna sleep it off otherwise.
You can burn an edge to avoid disruption, but you still permanently lose an advanced program that can never be regained.
It's dumb.
Yeah,
I guess it's better than death.
How do you get programs?
It started with 3. They cost karma,
So you can still spend karma to get new ones, but not that one you lost
Yeah,
specifically.
that one is gone.
You just like the picture of entropy. I slowly start sucking over time.
Wow.
Yeah. We're talking about peasants with big sacks earlier. Don't you start laughing now. So yeah, you've done your job. Do you deliver all the data you were asked for?
Well, since I was dumb shocked, I'm going to run evaluate on all of that data to see what's the most valuable and cherry pick that shit out.
It's all destroyed. All worthless. No. No, you just get a couple thousand for each one. Like, there's still the labor and the know-how to read it. Translate it into a valuable piece of technology.
A couple
That's true.
thousand.
But here's the rub, though. It's the only file of itself in existence since we destroyed the host.
That's fair. I'll double the price for it.
A double couple.
Double
And
couple
you
thousand.
didn't just, like, erase their hard drives. You destroyed the foundation.
Yeah, they don't exist anymore. This is the only stuff in existence.
Like, this is
I'm
the
so proud
only
of
way to permanently erase a file. Is to erase it from the archive node.
You say it's the only copy. Somebody made this in the first place.
Yeah, they could make it again, but until they do, this is the only copy.
And it could, like, the only copy these people have, it's not like they invented betaware.
Yeah, but it's
But they invented this particular one.
Yeah. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bundle this up along with the Crown Jewel, the 10 like the Crown Jewel plus 9 programs, and I'll send that along to the Johnson. Okay, for the 25,000. The other 5,000 I'm going to bundle up and sell for I'm going to start a bidding war. Unique pay data, cyberware schematics from this company that no longer exists, posted by Anonymous. For 15,000 nuyen, bid or buyout.
All right. How long do you wait for the bids to go on?
If I can reach double its value, then that's when I'll stop. Unless someone just buys it out for 15,000 outright.
If you wait, like, well, how long are you monitoring this? Like, are you waiting until you land, or are you keeping this offer up until after Sophie's run? Because that's quantum right there.
It's probably just going to be until someone buys it out, because I figure it's going to go pretty quick.
All right. If somebody calls you up with an offer, or calls you up, somebody messages you on the site offering a nice 15K.
Cha-ching!
All right. There's other bids are coming in, but the 15K offer is soonest.
So I made 40k nuyen out of this whole thing.
Sure.
Fantastic. Not bad for 2 hours worth of work. We'll call this run the Peasant Foundation.
So, fun fact about the
Slave
the
control
portal.
portal node. What were they?
The forest was just the slave control was a forest. The portal node was a large towering pile of bones. The idea was the knights went in and died, quote unquote. Their red bars became empty, at which point the same types of creatures that lived in the forest brought their bodies, which they became skeletons as represented in the quote unquote game. They took the bones to the bone pile, which spawned more goblins, and the overflow of goblins ran off to the forest, which is not part of the anything. They just disappear into the tree line and reappear in the tree line over there.
So I have a question.
What's up?
How much karma is this worth?
What's standard? Like 6, 7?
Yeah, 6 is
There's a
about
table
standard.
for it.
Yeah.
I've opened
2 from
one
highest
book for
opposing die pool. We survived, so that's 2. We completed the
Nice.
objectives. All of them.
Mm-hmm. There should be a karma thing for going above and beyond what your Johnson has asked of you.
Called GM Fiat. Come on,
Yeah,
Jan,
so
love us.
you've already got 5, so
You
I'll
guessed
call this
7 already. So, 1 more.
sure 8.
No, like 7 would be
Oh.
1 more.
Oh,
So is it 7?
But I'll take 8.
sure.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I mean, John really went above him. He fucking decided, like, it is a dumb choice, but ultimately a rewarding one. And he went fucking 15-0 against this thing. He got caught.
No,
He
no.
almost got
He went
caught.
15 to like 4 or 5.
Yeah, honestly, it's like 19-5 or 20-5.
Caused
And,
several severe variances. And just didn't get caught.
Well, there were no severe variances. All of them were ties. Any of the failures
All
were
of
ties.
them?
All of them. Not once did it overflow. It's always right at the cusp.
I can hear how bitter you are.
No, that's just me.
So what is it? 8 karma then?
Yeah, I'll call it 8. 2 for above and beyond.
Fantastic. Oh God, I'm only 12 more karma away from lightning reflexes.
How much do I get for my artistry?
Pizza. You get 2 karma for going above and beyond, drawing all the.
And I'm not going to bother putting anything down. Because this is not one of my 4 characters. So what'd you think? What'd you think of all this? I think it might have been a bit too straightforward. A literal translation of the map.
To be fair, I mean, we only had like 3 hours to run it, so.
Yeah, that's kind of what I took as a token. Oh, fun fact! Fuse, the statue was the host until you said it should have in the building. I'm like, yeah, I like that, so I changed it.
It's like, oh yeah, that does violate the pattern.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, well, like what's a bone pile? Like, I didn't really have a pattern. Oh, also, the things being
It would
delivered.
have been the room with the bone pile in it.
Sure. The thing being delivered was chores, honestly. everything going from place to place was a chore of some kind. Not the items being delivered, it was the intent with which they delivered them.
So it wasn't the items that were being transported that was the data. It was the work itself.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm just really happy with how everything worked out today. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, something I was going to ask, would talking to any of them besides what they normally say in the loop, would that have been a variation?
No, you can talk to people.
Oh.
Like, people are talking in the universe. If you were to try and buy something from a store, you could have bought it.
Oh, and John,
Yo.
not that it would do you much good, runner.exe would have given you his comm code.
Yep.
So if you've ever got a job for runner.exe, insert cash or select pay with card.
You know what? I'm gonna add Runner.exe as a contact.
Good, like that thing he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this has been like the base of this run which you guys so smoothly undermine, unintentionally, was, wouldn't it be cool if there was a foundation in which things attacked you, but it wasn't because you were caught? It's like, wouldn't it be cool? It's like, oh yeah, you're doing fine. Also, suddenly things attack you. Like, what? We didn't trip anything. What did we do? It's like, no, it's part of. It's like, it doesn't hurt.
I recoil from the wolf.
Yeah. So
You know,
it's like, go fight the dragon. What?
You know, I have to admit, these last few runs, like, they've been working out okay for
It's
my
fleet
dude
night.
here.
So hold on. A severe variance here would have been slaying the dragon.
Yep. Because you
Take
would have
job to
effectively-
slay dragon. Slay dragon.
No,
What?
The job was fight the dragon. The job wasn't to slay it; it was to fight it.
It's like, okay, what does the knight ahead of me do? He burns.
dies. Yeah.
And turns into bones.
Like, wait a sec.
He's red bar.
And
Deplete.
we have to go through there.
I turn around and leave. Severe parry.
I dodge around the dragon. Severe variance. I fight the dragon. Severe variance. There's literally no way to get to the portal node without causing a severe variance.
No, there
Comes
is.
the dragon.
When you're like I said, I let it. Exemplified this earlier. As you take attack or as you take damage within the system, your red bar goes down, but it doesn't hurt. Were you to become a skeleton, you would still be fine. You would just be a skeleton.
I get up and walk over there.
Severe variance. You have to be dragged by gremlins.
But no team of runners would ever willingly do that.
I mean, like, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I really did kind of sneak around that one a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, so I could do the step where we collect, or I could just skip it. I could do the step or I could just skip it.
Well, here's the
that
thing.
is the only way out without going over to that area. So that,
Here's the thing.
and that would that causes variance in order to become a knight.
Yeah.
So
like,
the only way to get out of here without causing any variance whatsoever is to destroy the host.
I mean, to be completely honest, let's be frank here. I was probably racking up them variance points. I just didn't care.
oh, that's I didn't
What
even.
was his variance at the end?
I wasn't even keeping track of that shit. Right. I'll go with option B, not mess something up. Option C.
You couldn't even remember which option it was.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you probably super caught, but whatever. This makes a better story anyway.
I'm sitting there, it's like, wow, I got to be getting pretty high up there in the variance. Like, once I started,
If
like,
you had brought it up, you would have been fucked.
I don't think it's possible that you could have gotten to 40.
Well, he made
Because
15
it's
rolls.
at most 3. At most 3.
Well,
you know what I get?
okay. No, you're right. Because, I'm thinking now. So,
Because if they
to
got
clarify-
4 successes, then that's it.
to clarify, so you try to identify a file. It uses firewall plus rating to try and match or beat your score, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In that moment, it doesn't matter if it gets 4 or 5 or anything. As long as it's lower than your score, nothing bad happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, no. Well, if he got
It's
a 3,
their hits from the variance rolls that have to
Yes.
add up to 40.
okay, yeah, then yeah, he's fine. He didn't get more than 10 rolls, and if he, like you said, he couldn't have gotten more than 3 each time, or else he would have gotten caught each time.
So yeah. No, I was like, no, probably that would have been like at minimum 30. That would have been pretty close.
Yeah,
But
if it was, but you didn't get that many rolls, and it wasn't 3 each time.
yeah. You have to admit, I was incredibly lucky. Like, I feel like I
Yeah.
should give myself a point of edge for that one.
Yeah.
You were super reckless.
Honestly, yeah, I honestly, you're right. I should have given you an edge for like taking a risk or something.
It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, there.
and this is how I kind of imagine it going. Like, John sneaks around as a knight, walks up, wanders about aimlessly, transforms into a peasant with a bag, wanders in there, opens up the master file, just goes, fuck you, takes everything out
Like,
of
were
the
you
file.
even pouring out the gold? You just
No.
like stopped, pull out a scroll, and just stand there for a while.
Maybe he was honoring
this
God.
one, this one, this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And while this is all going on, you're running like a lunatic.
Shit. It's like
And then,
shit, but translated into gobbledygook.
Yeah, John gives exactly 0 fucks, watches you run out, throws a fistful of gold at you, and then just immediately goes back to stealing things. Turns around, and this is how I imagine it happened. He casually strolled out, looked up at the skybox, the pretty blue skybox, as he was wandering down the pathway, just strutting about until he gets to the town and his very first step. Have you ever played God, I'm trying to remember
Probably not.
no, it's one of the it's a slasher. God.
What?
I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's like a roguelike. You're a guy, you're in a prison, you have to go through 7 levels of the prison, and then you get to Earth. It's a slashy shooty game.
Unless you're talking
You're a
about killing
slashy
floor.
scooty game.
Fuse.
A
You're a
scooty game.
splashy cutie game.
What?
I think. No, I think the game's called Fuse. But
Have you ever
But
played?
one-
It's like,
Oh, no.
wait, you think I know what the name is?
but,
Fuse, come on, tell me, Fuse.
But here's the thing. Like, the whole reason that he's in the prison is because he's literally toxic when he steps onto the Earth. That's what I imagine happened. As soon as John stepped into the Master Node, everything started to go black and rot away. Because that is exactly how long it took him to get there.
It's like, okay, mark it. Blam. Blam, blam,
Like-
blam, blam, blam.
It's like the people are just falling over dead. The system's like, oh god, what's happening? Ah.
It's like, hey system, this is me, the administrator. Do you think you could lower your resistance? It's like, oh, okay, sure. Hey system, this is me, the administrator. Die. 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 Okay.
It's like Reaper. Die. Oh, that that 5th one really convinced me.
And I'm really quite upset because I had, like, when I was originally going to do this, I wanted to swap into my big scary combat persona, and I forgot to.
One thing I really want to see happen
Uh-huh.
is a Foundation run at some point where we don't leave by destroying the host.
Oh, that happened last time too, did it?
Yeah.
Last time it was against Humanus. And
Yeah.
like we just couldn't make our way to the portal node.
Yeah. You know,
Part of that was that we were trying to travel by boat.
I mean, to
Where
be
the boat
fair,
stopped working. Like half the party had been found out. One person was dead. They're just dragging a body around. Eventually they just like holed up inside of a saloon. A speakeasy even. Just hiding behind the counter, waiting for everyone to get through the door, while they're just frantically trying to destroy the host.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah.
You know how this run should have ended?
What?
John wakes up in the airplane, all relieved. Then he reaches into his pocket, and there's 3 gold coins.
And an AI.
Yeah.
Hello, John.
Oh, I mean,
I can
that's
speak
John's
now.
regular. It's like that's
I've been
John's
disrupted.
usual.
I've been able to speak this whole time. I just chose not to.
I mean, to be fair,
And no one will
like,
ever believe you, and he never spoke again.
like part of the reason that I decided to destroy the host. This is out of character, was because I was worried that Fuse's character was going to get torn apart by the dragon.
Oh, yeah.
So I was
Oh,
like,
you totally
okay,
would. Like, let me give you that dodge.
-3.
Yep.
Oh, I have to scroll down.
I've already left the table. Let's see what the damage is here.
2.
Oh, that is not a good roll at all.
I gave that roll a 2 out of 7.
Well, it has at most 12 dice to beat a 2.
I mean, it is a dragon, so I think it
Yeah,
gets
I'm assuming Dragon gets the maximum 12. Since it can't get above that. Or no, maximum 10 even, since it's a rating 5.
Yeah.
Oh!
Under.exe makes it past the dragon, heads to the portal node.
Goblins!
As soon as he reaches the portal node, host dies. Some shock.
I want to know, hits portal node, makes the leave the host action. Bam! Actually, is that? Let me go check what that one is.
Probably
Make
3.
sure. All right, I'm still in AI area.
And this is back when it was 13 dice.
Yeah. So let me make sure that I know what I'm actually rolling before you roll in response to it.
Too late. You know it's too late.
Well, yes, that was the right thing to roll.
Sweet.
Alright, so doesn't make it. Probably has to do another dodge then. Dodge them goblins.
Goblin dodge.
There's a goblin dodge. We're in another alternate universe.
I don't know what they're... What are they using? Just attack skill point?
Yeah, whatever a goblin would have.
So, like... 4.
Sweet. And then this goes on for a while.
So, here's the
Here's the
goblin.
dodge.
Alright. So
Each
this
one of
is
these
The variance doesn't matter. Oh!
this. And this is your hacking?
This would... Limit of 4, though.
Was that... What? Okay, what's the sum
no.
of the 8?
It's a sleaze. What was sleaze? No, that's a different one. Oh, this one's also sleaze.
6, I believe. We check for sure.
Yes.
6 is these.
Goblin.
This is a dodge
And a
goblin.
glitch.
7 is dodge goblin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, but a crit glitch. 2
Glitch.
successes and a glitch
Glitch.
versus a crit glitch.
that one goblin is now being attacked by the system.
System's gotten paranoid.
But they were doing so well. And this is Hack Magoo.
I still
See,
love.
A different goblin.
Different goblin, the same results.
So yeah, what if you could just make the system destroy itself?
No.
I know what.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah.
No, that was just him destroying it.
Uh,
Yeah.
Oh man, I was gonna say that's the one that succeeds.
Almost.
Nice.
So there's no question at the. Oh, another crit glitch.
Goblins are. The system is cannibalizing itself at this point. This is the result of the master control getting destroyed.
So there's no question now that John had enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair.
Wow, almost.
It keeps being almost. To be fair, what? Nice.
To be fair, I like there was a part of me that was just like, well, I could casually stroll my way to the portal. I could
Man,
just
that's
go.
a glitch too.
Dice really don't like you today, do they, Fuse?
Well, not that the goblins are treating him very well.
Well, thank you, Sir Goblins.
With their 4 dice.
Third crit glitch. Are the goblins even attacking it? Well, yep, there they are.
Just how dead are you at this point?
Just barely.
How strong is their weapon?
It's like also like a 3 probably. Soak 3 damage.
No.
Barely died.
I don't know. I think I should get teamwork from the goblins. They're all distracted from killing each other.
It's like one of the goblins does so bad the system recognizes it as a threat to the system, and the other goblins start attacking the goblins, which are a part of the system. But the attacking goblins don't get faulted because they're goblins, and that's what goblins do.
Yeah,
That's just how
I
gremlins.
like that. That sounds appropriate. Roar.exe has stopped responding.
Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream.
Yeah.
Hey, half
See
an hour.
y'all next time.
Later. Hopefully, we're all here next time.
Yep.